Breaking news. Conte looks like it's confirmed from Fabrizio Romano.
Come on, man. Yes, Antonio.
Eventually.
Conte, Stellini, Mason, a lot of them, man. Richarlison, all of them, man, honestly.
If anybody gets in my face, I'm knocking them out.
This is Jai again. He's wriggled away from one. He's wriggled away from two. And he scored for Sheffield United.
Is it true that Tottenham got beaten in the FA Cup?
I want Conte to win a trophy. I think he's going to win a trophy this season. Yeah. Hold me to it.
I got you, homie.
And Tobes did say to me they're going to win something this season, so a big 6 tomorrow. Should be fun.
Antonio.
Oh, fuck off.
Antonio. Got them back. Said no one ever.
But you lot spoil the song, man. You lot spoil it though. You lot sing Antonio. I sing Antobio.
Finitio now. It's finitio. We need
It's finitio now. Finitio. Would you say he must leave your club?
He must get the hell out of there.
He must leave.
Skullfuggery is a bad guy, you know. Skullfuggery is a bad guy because it could easily be me last weekend, but me and him got a strong friendship, man. Strong bond.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm on Tobes' side. Like that's pure prejudice. That's prejudice. That's the only thing I'm feeling, Tobes. Like how you didn't get it last week, and now like is he back? I don't think he's back. I don't think he's back. He's still on holiday and he's still doing his shit.
It's friendship.
You must have the MacBook back.
You bought him in with told bonus millions.
Well, obviously, yeah, but on top of that,
you bought him. You bought him.
You know, I'm just me and Skullfuggery we got peace, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like Tobes always sending them bad voice notes and shit. So obviously, it's gonna be a lock off when it comes down to it. So
it's not my fault. It's not my fault that he chats shit in my WhatsApps, man. So if I've got to respond, I've got to respond. That shit to me, man.
I'm very surprised. I'm very surprised there wasn't a screenshot of our WhatsApp in there somewhere in the intro text. I'm very surprised.
They wanted to fish. Like I know their game. They've done it before, and they were they will try and get under my skin and
voice note.
How like I'm hot-headed, so I'll send the angry voice note, and then he'll use that as like the video. He thinks he's slick.
Who's they?
This waste man top left and his boyfriend Skullfuggery. That's his boyfriend.
Yo. What did he say to you in the WhatsApp group when we were?
Man said, "Yo, like, watch out and that, and listen, don't get me angry and listen." Don't get the bad side of me.
You don't want to get on my bad side, yo.
You better tread carefully.
I rang him. I literally rang him because obviously,
don't piss me off.
Obviously, Toby
man
rang
showed
me
more
after
chest than
the
that
Chelsea
Tottenham team, mate. Telling you.
But you know the funny thing is, yeah, like I read it last, I think. You lot all like read it, and everyone, it was a serious text message, like because man was proper emotional and angry, yeah. But we all just laughed. we all just laughed in his face. I thought, nah, man, he's laughing. He's serious. Then I went on his stream, yeah, and like I've never seen Tobes like this, man. Actually, I have. He's like that like most weeks, man. But
he hung up on me, fam. I let all my anger out from the weekend, and then he just cut the phone, fam. I was like, raw. He's pissed.
Yeah, I gave you what you wanted, and I need to go. So
you need to go, man. You need to go.
I had to return the call, man. I'm not gonna lie. The calls that I got on the weekend, they hurt me, man. I had to respond. I was pissed. Yeah.
But you know what? I don't know how I feel right now. I don't know whether I'm in a cooking mood or I just want Toby to cook himself. Like I don't know, man. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I feel like I'm just like I'm at my tether with Tottenham. What are Tottenham? Like I'm like, what are Tottenham? Because it's like you get so close, but you get so far. You have this world-class manager, apparently. You know what I mean? Elite manager, but yet you're not going to win anything with him. You've got Harry Kane, you've got Son Heung-min. But it's never going to... Pochettino, the fans' favourite. It's not gonna work. Like, you guys are probably gonna get trophies out of this F-carting, what you're doing. You know what I mean? Beyonce might collect a little trophy, little Grammy awards. I don't know, man. There's gonna be more trophies at Tottenham and maybe expressions outside the stadium than there is in your ground. Like,
Yeah, Expressions, content creator of the year. Just hold that.
Nah,
up.
legit.
Man, he's doing
Nah.
bits.
Now shout out Expressions
What
because it's his
are-
birthday today, but legit, he's got more
You
trophies.
got
than
expressions,
Spurs.
well.
Bro, I'm calling him regressions. That's his new name. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. You're gonna have to hold.
Tobs laughed at that one.
He's legit got more trophies. You know that he's legit got more trophies than Spurs.
He
Got
does,
trophies,
he does.
man.
Bro, I do, bro. Literally, bro, behind me, bro. I got most improved player of the year for Lewisham Youth back in
Oh, you got
09.
what's that?
Oh
Top Virgin of
shit!
the Year or something.
This is where Joe Gomez used to play. Bro, I got more trophies than you, bro. This is basically
Because
Harry
you got
Kane golden
some
boot.
ones as well, innit? You know what I mean? You
Mad,
got some
man.
ones like back in the day.
Oh, brother, don't test me. Like that's not even a joke. I
won
got
the
hella
league.
trophies.
You got trophies too, Grizz.
Yeah,
Everybody
a
got
hella
some.
trophies.
What is
Everybody's
it?
got some.
Grizz says he was like Zidane when he was playing, wasn't it? That's the player you compare him to.
Bro, let someone come
Yeah,
in and let the
Zidane
content flow.
Iqbal, yeah, not the real Zidane.
That's it,
Zinedine Zagriz.
I was gonna take it easy on you, yeah. I was gonna take it easy on you.
Cook away, man. Cook away. I got nothing left, man. Honestly.
No. He hasn't. He hasn't got nothing left, man. I'm not one of. I'm not a bully, so I don't like when people are really
they
down.
deserve it, man.
No.
They deserve it, man.
Yeah, they deserve it. You don't.
They do
Yeah, no,
deserve it.
listen, big
the
up
game is the
City's
game.
B team, man. The City Loneys did a great job. It's actually a bit sad for me, you know, that we couldn't beat them apart from that home game in the league, and then City's B team go out and do it last night in an FA Cup. Like that's what must sting, because your last 4 or 5 cup knockouts.
Who from Sheffield United plays
midfielder, innit?
No.
Tommy Doyle, James McAtee.
Yeah.
I know that for certain.
Oh, McAtee. Yeah, I knew I recognized the name, the surname, McAtee.
No, he
played
played for us a
what,
couple
he played
times
like
last
a
year in
ten,
our
right?
first team. He played for us in the first team a few times. He's a top player. They're both very, very good players, but I don't think Doyle will make it at City.
Yeah.
Bro, all it is, yeah, Toby's energy has always been you must. And he's always been pushing that to me. And I get it. I understand it. Sometimes you got to focus on your home before you step outside. You got to make sure your furniture is in order. You got to make sure that your bed is spread. Make sure that your room's clean. Make sure the food is cooked. Because if you start worrying about what's going on outside when inside's a mess, you're going to lose track. And he was so focused on you must. My team has always must. Yeah, you know, this is our first bad year in a long time. So we must, but at the same time, I will move on to next season and I will be fine. You actually must, because this is your biggest opportunity. This is Antonio. This is your manager, the winner, the guy that was going to change the course of action at your club, the guy that was going to change destiny, the guy that was going to make Tottenham something serious. Stop all the years of hurt, all the years of pain. Last time you guys won a trophy, we gifted it to you. And I keep asking for respect, and we never get it. We are the ones that gave you your last celebration. And
Gifted. Were you even alive when we won that trophy?
Man said, was I
You
even
say that
alive?
you gifted it to us.
Man said, was I even alive? How would I be kicking ball for Lewisham Youth, winning more trophies than your players in 09 if I
You
wasn't
were like
alive?
2 years old when
I was kicking ball at 2 years old.
You were 2 years old, bro. So
I must have been a generational
Liverpool are
talent.
accepting 2-year-olds.
I'm a generational talent then.
Okay, you can say so.
It's just mad, bro. Conte.
But my thing though, Matisse, is right.
It's crazy.
I find it hilarious that you can talk about stuff that we must do. And I've never ran from the expectation. I've maintained my expectation for Spurs this season. You constantly run from the expectation I place on Chelsea, but yet you want to talk about what is expected of Spurs. Which one is it, Matisse?
Our context is different. Our manager changed. Our squad flipped. You know, your team has been set the whole time, bro. You've been set
Matisse,
the whole time.
are you kidding me? You spent 600 million.
Let's focus on you. Don't try and change this. I know you're tactics.
I don't want to
focus on you. Focus on you.
Let's focus on me. But what I'm saying to you is I've stood firm on my belief on what Spurs should be doing this season, which is finishing the top 4 and win a trophy.
Yeah.
I've never deviated. Even when we were stinking out the joint in November, January, etc., I've never deviated from my expectation of Spurs. right?
But
So
if
what
you
I'm saying to
did,
you is,
you
if
wouldn't be
if you wanna
maybe
stand,
in as much
if
pain.
you want to stand on 10 toes, if you want to stand on 10 toes with the expectations of Spurs, I want you to replicate that energy for your own club. That's all.
If you would
But
be
go
more
on,
realistic,
talk on
if you'd be
Spurs.
more realistic with your club, and if you had understood the cotton fiber and fabric, you would not be in this mess. You would have,
Oh,
you'd have
you
held
say
that
you
lot
say
better.
realistic. You say realistic. You sound like that Sheffield. You sound like that Sheffield United melt who was.
You've seen the arguments on Twitter.
Yeah. You sound like that. You sound like that Sheffield United nerd. That little melt with his dead opinions.
United way, yeah.
Telling me
Toby's
that
rattled by that. Toby's fully rattled by that.
We're talking about
Sheffield United, man.
Toby, there's a
talking
certain
about-
level to
no, but-
basic where you can't be beefing Sheffield United fans on the show.
Bro, you're saying me beefing. I didn't even like look for their trouble. They found my page, a man clipped me and was basically hashtagging Blades United or some nonsense. I can't even remember. He basically invited a pylon, and I'm like, who the hell is this done? And then he starts talking some shit about how, I hate that he's got more views than, how does he have more views than us and stuff like that? Oh, he must have been supporting Spurs 3 years ago. And I said, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Either there's something wrong with them upstairs, or they genuinely believe that supporting Spurs is some sort of glory hunting thing. I couldn't believe what I was reading. So I've come to the conclusion that basically for them, being in the Premier League is the definition of glory for them, or for him. I don't even want to say for them, because I don't think he speaks for all Sheffield United fans. I think just for him, his narrow-minded head, I think he thinks that being in the Premier League equates to glory. I don't even know, man.
I hate to know what he thinks of me then, an Irish guy supporting Manchester City. That doesn't look good at all.
I just love the way you was beefing this man for ages on the TL. It was mad.
I wasn't even beefing him for ages.
You had 200 comments in 8 minutes. You got cooked on that TL when you put out that tweet.
Yeah, you don't want to mess around.
But Matisse, I don't.
I know you don't care. I was just shocked, bro. It was nuts.
I didn't even know how many comments. Like, I don't even care. Like, as I've said for Yonks now, I must be doing something right, because there are so many people. There are certain tweets I have. Yeah, Spurs losing, anything about Chelsea, a couple occasional Arsenal tweets. There are certain tweets I put out, and within like 10 seconds, I've got like.
Because you write in capitals, man. You write in capitals, and then it's very aggressive. Maybe that's the reason why.
That's good. But, if it's aggressive, if it's aggressive,
as you tweeted in capitals.
I don't know, I think the last one was it capitals. The one, the entitled. But anyway, I just want to go back to Tottenham, because I'm struggling to know what this football club is, man. I think they need a rebrand. I think Tottenham Hotspur should be called.
Rebrand.
No. I think this is serious now. Tottenham need a rebrand. Here's my kind of plan for Tottenham. If you want to call it suggestion. Tottenham change their name, because I feel like they cursed. I genuinely think someone has put a little juju on them, because how can Chiellini come out and say history of the Tottenham when he's never probably watched Tottenham in his life before, but he somehow knows about what's going on at Tottenham? So I've got a suggestion for Tottenham. They call themselves the North London Lily Whites. They have a rebrand. They literally take away, you know what they do? Just say, you know what, forget that history. We are now born on March 2023. It's a new history. Sell everybody in the squad. Revamp the squad. Get the loser mentality out. Harry Kane, everybody. Sell them all. Rebrand. Fresh start. Fresh manager.
New club.
And then people can start to take Tottenham seriously. Because I'm not taking Tottenham seriously anymore. I'm not.
Anymore? Why
I just serial losers.
I'm with Saeed, man. The priorities are all wrong.
I'm the only one in here, that has genuinely a little bit of like, you know what, Tottenham, they deserve to win a trophy, man. They've been around the block. Let them win some trophy every single time.
They've definitely been around the block, I'll tell you that, but not in a good way.
No, well, listen, I'm just trying to be an honest person here, and we're having honest discussions. But I'm just like, your club, yeah, what is it going to take for you lot to like, right, FA Cup's right in your face. Go and win it.
Come back. Don't go anywhere.
You lot, hold on a minute. You lot care about Beyonce, WizKid. You lot care about everything but football. Your club needs a revamp. I could be getting Beyonce tickets in the summer. Like, what am I doing? I can't go to the trophy tour. I'm going to Beyonce first before I see a trophy. I'm hearing F-carting. What is it? F car or
It's gonna be under. It's gonna be under the stadium where the car park is. I'm gonna go and drive. I love F1, so I'm gonna be.
Oh, they're making sure all the kids in North London have good birthday parties in the new go-karting track.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
telling
down
you,
there.
please,
It's gonna be
guys,
great.
in the chat, people, yeah, please get some discussions about possible names, possible, new names for Tottenham, because I feel like Toby needs a clean slate. Look at the brother, man. He's depressed. This is not good for his mental health, for Tottenham's mental health. They need a new change, a new history.
I think you've got to go more drastic. Then you got to go more drastic. Change the color as well. Change it. Remember when Cardiff went from blue to red?
Yeah, man.
Change it to something else, man. Something else completely different. Get rid of the chicken on top of the ball as well.
No,
that
leave
shit
the chicken.
stinks.
Leave the chicken. We all like fried chicken. Come on, man.
Yeah, bro. They're getting fried. That's for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, because seriously, Grizz said earlier.
I only like Morley's, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Morley's like fried chicken. But
That could be a sponsor. Hey, we might have something here.
I tasted Morley's one time, He's all about Morley's now. What's going on, you? Very good.
Who said Tobes doesn't deserve this? And I have to disagree with that comment because last year,
okay,
Tobes cooked at Turkey on Christmas Day. When they finished top four, when it was the Conte and Arteta argument, Tobes was cooking. He had his chef hat on all season. He was cooking. He was enjoying. Look, he's smiling, thinking about it now. That's another memory in the bank for him.
Not really. I just like how you got cooked. Simple.
But look at it now. Remember, we started this show and I had a tagline. Game of Thrones, and I said winter is coming. It's taken a little while for winter to come, but I do think it's very cold over there.
It has been cold
in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium right now, if I'm not mistaken. And we all like fried chicken over roast turkey. So I've had my cooking. I've had my cookings over the years. Arsenal have been in the mud. But now Tottenham. Matisse, you said it. It is it. How do they come back from this? How do you talked about expectations, Toads, and I want to ask you your expectations now. And I don't mean just for the season. I mean in general. What is your expectations for Tottenham now moving forward? Because when Saeed touted a name change, you didn't seem to disagree. You might like the idea. Is there a complete rebrand needed?
Expectation. I don't really have any expectation to win under this hierarchy, man. I've said it. I can't remember what episode we were talking about it. I think maybe after the Aston Villa game. Like once Conte goes, what's the point, man? Like as long as these guys stay in their job, there's never really going to be that expectation to actually be truly competitive, right? Matisse was like, "Oh, you should know your club. Why would you expect to win? Why would you expect to win or even challenge for any silverware?" And then I'm like, so then what was the point in bringing in Antonio Conte? What was the point in bringing in Jose Mourinho? What was the point in sacking Pochettino if we can't expect some sort of short-term success? And then when you look at our run as well in the FA Cup, you couldn't have asked. You could not have asked for a kind of run into the semi-finals. You Preston at home. I mean, Portsmouth at home, Preston away, Sheffield United away, and then had we beaten Sheffield United yesterday, we would have been drawn against Blackburn at home. So you're playing one League One side at home, two Championship sides away from home, and then one Championship side at home. You could not have gift wrapped a better run of fixtures to get yourself into a FA Cup semi-final, something that we've not been in for. It will be 5 years as of this year. So if I can't expect this team to navigate their way through that run of fixtures, then scary hours, absolutely scary hours, and that's what it is, man. Obviously, yesterday you can't really pin yesterday's loss down to the ownership. You have to look at the manager, and then you have to look at the players, which I'm sure we'll touch on. But fundamentally, with this ownership, there's no pressure. There's no pressure to win. Yesterday is a sackable offense in my eyes. I was livid. That's a sackable offense.
The guy's in hospital and you want him.
I was just gonna say, was he there?
That's a sackable
Was I there? Was I playing?
That's a sackable offense. The guy, he's not at hospital. He's at home, and I want him to recover well. But fundamentally, the Conte experiment. We had this conversation like a month ago. It's over, bro. It's over. I see Matisse with his funny photos. It's fine. Delete the club. Genuinely, I wouldn't even mind. It would give me peace of mind. Genuinely, it would give me peace of mind because we're just going through the motions, season in, season out. As long as you get top 4, that's all that matters. I'm sick of that. I'm honestly sick of that mentality. I remember I used to have this discussion with Dan Potts, like, what would I prefer, Champions League or trophies? And I always said, why can't we go for both? He goes, oh yeah, but you can't have both. And I said, you know what? Champions League probably is more important to us because we don't have the money that Man City have. Champions League brings us more money and can attract better players. But we got Champions League last season, and what difference has it made to our season this year? We've got worse. Do you get what I'm saying? We've not won a trophy since 2008, and you had a genuine opportunity to win silverware. It was already bad enough that we got knocked out by Nottingham Forest in the League Cup. Nottingham Forest, right? And then now you've been knocked out of the FA Cup by Sheffield United. I don't care what anyone tells me. I don't care how many fan channels from Sheffield United get into my DMs. There is no way on earth.
I can't believe you're beefing.
I'm not even beefing. They're beefing me, but I don't even care. I don't even care. I'll stand on 10 toes on what I'm saying. Like,
Chickens versus Blades.
There's no way on earth that Spurs should be losing to.
I heard it was Sheffield United's second team. I heard
exactly.
And that's reliably
actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've been reliably informed.
They made changes.
Sources indicate they put out a reserve team.
They did, bro. They made 8 changes to their team. But I'm apparently disrespectful for saying that it doesn't matter what lineup Spurs put out. You should go there and win that game. But ultimately, there is a disease when it comes to this club, and it stems from the ownership. There's no punishment. There's no punishment for stuff like yesterday. There's no punishment for getting beat 3-0 by Zagreb. There's no punishment for going out to Nottingham Forest. There's no punishment for going out to Grimsby. There's no punishment for being knocked out by a relegation-bound team in Portsmouth back in 2010. There's no punishment for getting pumped 5-1 by Chelsea in a FA Cup semi-final. There is no punishment for losing semi-finals and finals. It doesn't matter. You only get punished or penalized as a manager when top 4 is in jeopardy.
Can I just say something though? Like, it's crazy we had this debate in it, Conte versus Arteta, but I'm sorry to say, man, you know what I mean? As much as Arteta should have been sacked.
I don't care about that.
No.
I want to ask you.
I couldn't care less. I don't want that Lego. I don't want that Lego head at Spurs.
It's not about that. It's not about that. I think it was a question.
Why we gotta take it here?
But you laughed at me a lot last year when I said Arteta.
We have to give him the credit.
I just want to know.
We can give him credit, but we're talking.
Can I say something? Football's a humbler. Time's a humbler. Conte's a humbler, but why are you still being arrogant like that and saying, I don't want that egghead or leg head or whatever you call him, Lego
I don't like it. He manages Arsenal. Why would I want him? He manages Arsenal.
It's not about Arsenal, isn't it? It's not about Arsenal. Why don't you just relax and just say, yeah, you know what? He's done a fantastic job. I'd take him at my club right now. Why is a project manager?
That doesn't make sense.
No. Take the Arsenal element out. We're just talking.
How can I take the Arsenal element out?
You took the Chelsea element out of Conte.
That doesn't make sense.
And Mourinho and Villas-Boas.
I didn't want Mourinho. I didn't want Villas-Boas. I didn't want any of those managers.
Can I just say though?
You took the Wolves element out of
what winning looks like. They can't tell you what they want. You can offer them a successful manager and they say no, we don't want him. Like, they're losers FC from top to bottom. And that's from the top of the organization who are focusing on.
This is why.
Concert tickets, NFL, kids' birthday parties, and the go-kart track and all that kind of thing. That one of the main leaders, Harry Kane, golden opportunity to go to a winning team, he turns that down. Mourinho, hardened winner, he fails. They get rid of him.
Focus is not winning. You're right, Huey.
Days before a cup final, they get rid of Jose Mourinho and let Ryan Mason control the team. Conte comes in and he's singing AnTobiooooooo. They're going to win trophies, and now here we are. Like, he doesn't know what winning is. They're losers from top to bottom. They don't know what to do.
Yeah, I think
and the only person that check this out. The only person in that club that knows anything about winning is the manager. And you know what they done to him? They put him in hospital. Bro,
they didn't back him.
Bro, man got sick.
You know what? The thing for me though, the thing I don't get,
he's got a doctor's note.
He's got a doctor's note.
No, honestly,
can't come training. I got a doctor's note. Yeah,
got some paid leave, man.
You know what it is for me though? Football's evolving. I think the more I look at Conte, and listen, he's not been around for for a little bit now, obviously through illness and whatnot. But I just don't like this victim mentality. Everything's against me. Everything this and that. Like, and it comes up as a price. Like that elite mentality.
Speak on it,
It
bro.
comes as a price, and I just don't think football now. You need man management skills. You need to be. Sometimes you put an arm around the shoulders, but then also there's times where you need to do things. And then he's putting out that lineup. He's probably part of it where he jams them all together and expects them to flourish. But sometimes when you need to, balance it with a couple of players off the bench with the first team, he doesn't do that. He has a regimented 13, 14 players and then expects the likes of Richarlison, who, again, nobody's talking about as a flop, but just expects them to kind of basically be on form. And it's like, it's not going to work, mate. And that's down to Antonio Conte. And I've been a big fan, but I'm looking at Antonio Conte differently now, man. Listen, I used to think, elite manager, this and that, but I'm not sure, man.
If there's kryptonite for an elite manager, it's Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, exactly. It's tough to judge him
No,
off
but
Tottenham.
still,
If he I'm sure if he doesn't recover from this, different. No,
if he doesn't recover from it, but the thing is,
if he doesn't recover from this, then fair enough. But
when
this is
you've
Tottenham.
been touched by Spurs, it's very difficult to recover. I don't think Spurs will recover. I don't think Mourinho will recover. Mourinho didn't recover, and I don't think Conte's going to recover.
Don't say Mourinho didn't recover. He was washed before he
got a trophy for Rome.
He got sacked by Man United. What are we talking about?
No, but Toby, it's the way, the manner, how he left Chelsea, how he left Inter, how he's leaving now.
Look at what's his name, man? Brother Wolves manager.
I said the point around Mourinho about
how many jobs have come up? He's not even linked. Got touched by Spurs.
They killed manager.
We're talking about the manner.
Mourinho was washed. Conte will land on his feet after Spurs.
I'm not sure, brother. I'm just not sure.
You will. You'll get a Serie A club who'll be happy to take it. Conte might be concerned for Tottenham.
No, he'll get a job. How
do Tottenham attract another top manager?
They
Top manager in Europe right now will look at that and say, look what happened to Mourinho. Look what happened to Conte. Look what happened to Nuno. He was doing well with Wolves. He looked like he was slightly up and coming. Completely failed. Where is he now?
They don't. They go and get Perry Mason. They get Perry Mason.
The fundamentals of that club are all wrong right now. It's a place you don't go if you want to build and sustain a good career.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. You're saying, how do Spurs attract another top manager?
Doesn't matter anymore.
It does not matter.
Doesn't matter. He's right.
It doesn't matter.
Because if you can't do it with Conte, who are you going to do it with?
It doesn't matter, bro. So all this talk on
Hoddle, Glenn Hoddle, Steve Archibald, something.
It means nothing. You get minimal. You get a small uplift, but ultimately, when the attitude is not geared around winning, you're always going to have this conversation one way or another down the line. It's always going to come up because there is not the expectation or the pressure to win.
Yeah,
but when I found out Lucas Moura was starting ahead of Danjuma, I said, "Brother, you man are not serious."
Is that real?
Bro, I couldn't believe it. What was the point of hijacking Everton for Danjuma? Poor Everton, who are struggling, trying to find some points. You take Danjuma off of them, and you don't even use him. And he scored against Preston.
When you got the ones that were telling me I was moaning when I said that?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't telling you.
No. We spoke about it on the episode. I was told I was moaning. What are you moaning about? That's what
That was Saeed. I was told I was moaning.
Hold on. Why am I getting shots sent?
When I said he's a good player,
I was just blaming on you.
Can't even get minutes. What hope does Danjuma have? And I was told, no, you're moaning. You're moaning. Be happy.
That was definitely Saeed.
Bro, don't you listen, Grizz. I know you.
Hughie.
I didn't say anything about
that. I just cussed him at Richarlison. I know I told him he's going to be the biggest flop. Richarlison, you guys remember?
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for my kebab. Not even Morley's. I want a proper £20 mixed grill.
You can call Richarlison a flop. Richarlison was dog shit yesterday, and he's been shit in all the 3 games he started in recent weeks.
Do you reckon he gets more goals than Weghorst?
I don't care. Weghorst is crap.
No, I'm just asking you a question. Do you reckon he gets more goals than Weghorst?
I don't know. I don't care.
For the remainder of the season, that's a good bet.
Toby doesn't care anymore. Toby's happy to do his Son versus Haaland bets. Now he doesn't care anymore.
Now he's versus Haaland bet, Matisse.
Yeah, man. He said Son would get like 5 or something less goals than Haaland, or what was it?
I didn't say that. I didn't say
that. Don't do 40. Don't. He's bad enough. Don't kill him like that, Matisse. He didn't say that. And he's already down.
How many goals is it? How many goals?
Let's not talk about things that people said because I'll be.
Bro, how many goals is it, bro? I'm asking. How many goals is it?
let's not talk about what people say.
Answer the question. How many goals
for you? We'll be here a long day.
Yeah, but you reel off the same thing.
Havertz,
Pulisic, bro. How many goals was it?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think it's like within 10 goals of Haaland. I don't know.
Okay.
He ain't gonna get that.
Yeah, clearly not, because he's been dog shit. Clearly not. He's not gonna get that because he was crap, and he was crap again yesterday. But this whole Conte talk, he was, bruv.
What next
first,
step?
I remember when we were winning games. They're winning because Conte's not in the dugout. Oh, Stellini, let him cook, give him the job permanently. And I had to ask. I asked here, what has changed with Spurs? The performances are still similar. What's changed? What's changed?
Did you drop Skip?
Big question, that one.
Was Oliver Skip playing?
Because we beat a tired Chelsea team. When we spoke about Chelsea on Monday, I didn't even big up the Spurs performance. I said it was an easy game because Chelsea were dog shit. They were rubbish.
Facts, we were shit.
They were rubbish.
I'm really I think we discussed this a few weeks ago. Like after Conte, I'm serious. After Conte, there's not a lot left for Spurs to look forward to. Like, and remember last week, Toby got really angry with me, and I get it. Like, it's easy to get angry with me.
What did I get angry with you about?
When I said that I don't think if you miss out on top four, which at the moment you're probably favourites for ahead of Liverpool because we're dog shit. But if you were?
No, I'm just laughing.
It's smile going away. We want to see a smile, something from you, man. It's like it's been a long week or year. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't get Champions League, what I said last year, guys. Last week, I think you're all agreeing now that I don't think they're getting it for years to come if they don't get it this season.
The reason why I got
and Toby's kind of agreeing because he's saying there's nothing to.
The reason why I got to, because but the thing is, I didn't even rule out what you said. Like it's a possibility, it could happen. But Spurs, no matter what, over the last like 10 to 15 years, have always been in the mix. For top four. And the reason why I got angry is because you just assumed, forget about Spurs, you assumed that Liverpool are just going to go straight back to the top.
Okay, forget us. Okay, no, I didn't mean us. Okay, what I meant was the resurgence.
That's why I got angry. I wasn't angry about the Spurs comment. Okay, I'm angry at the notion that Liverpool.
Okay, I didn't want to focus. My purpose of that making that point wasn't to focus on Liverpool and big up Liverpool. I know it's shit, but okay, I believe we're going to come back. That's fine because I support Liverpool. But I believe Newcastle will be stronger. I think United will be stronger, and all the other clubs, Arsenal will be stronger. I don't see you guys getting stronger. I see you guys without Conte and possibly Kane, Son, one of the stars, weaker. I don't see you stronger. And I see all the other teams, Chelsea going to come back strong, right? So all these other teams, the competition is going to be around you stronger.
You said without Conte, but Conte is one of the reasons why we're struggling this season.
Yeah, that's true.
Conte is one of the reasons why we're struggling right now. So I could easily say, who knows, with a better manager, with these group of players, you could see a better version of Tottenham because that is not a far-fetched.
But we've asked you that question and you don't know who's coming in. Who would you like to see? Who's capable of stepping into Conte's feet, into his shoes right now and making a fist of it?
Yeah, but GRIZZ, he's doing such a bad job that it does not take an elite manager to come in and.
You're taking Perry Mason back?
What's that?
You're taking what's his name, man? The brother Mason. You're taking him back?
Who?
Mason, man.
Mason, right? Is it
Ryan Mason? Ryan Mason.
Piss off, man, please.
Tottenham have been very, very fortunate.
Who are you taking it? People are calling Thomas Frank. They ain't getting Thomas Frank from a well-run unit from Brentford. Why is he going to go to a mashup like Spurs?
Exactly.
Because I don't even want Thomas Frank like that. But Spurs need to be looking at those type of like up and coming like.
But you got to have a structure, man.
They already did that with Nuno Espirito Santo, and look at that.
You have to have a structure, man. These guys,
these up and coming managers, they're not going to look at Tottenham and say this is a good place for me to continue my own development as a manager.
Sorry. Are you actually being for real with the Nuno comment?
Well, he was the exact same. He was an up and coming manager.
Are you being serious with the Nuno comment?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What's wrong with it? It's just a comparison, TOBS. It's not that deep.
Are you being for real?
Him and Doherty were coming up through the ranks.
It's not that deep, TOBS, man.
He's doing great now, man. He's out in Madrid living his life.
Bro, Doherty, bro.
He did a good job at Wolves.
Nuno that got released from Wolves by mutual consent. You're talking to me about building a project. around Nuno.
I mean, he did a good job. Though.
You're moving mad. Man said
He was doing a good job at Wolves. He did a very good job at Wolves, and he was regarded highly. That's why you took him on. That's why you took him on, because he did a good job at Wolves and he was highly regarded. Why else would you take him on? Because you thought he was an up-and-coming manager that could add a project to your club and take you to the next step, but he couldn't, because your club is not in a position to do so.
Why did they get rid of him, Wolves?
Because he went stale, innit? It kind of reached his end of its cycle.
Oh, really? And when Nuno was linked to Spurs, what was the hashtag that was trending?
Fuck knows, man. It's not that deep.
What is this? 21 questions.
No to Nuno.
Yeah.
There was a hashtag trending, no to Nuno. So don't give me that rubbish about, oh, he's a project manager.
Who's Man City's number 2? Who's Man City's number 2 now?
Nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Rodolfo Borrell.
Would you take Rodolfo Borrell? Because Arteta was City's number 2. That's what I'm saying. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying go down, copy the Arsenal process, no? Turkish? Like, they got Man City's number 2. He's done the job. You get Man City's number 2, could do the job. I think someone's number 2 could be a top man for you, lot.
The thing is, I feel like you guys are obviously it's what you're here for. You're speaking on worst case scenario, but you're over egging the thing and basically making it out like nobody will want the Spurs job.
Shout, Carrick's a shout,
right?
Still a big job.
You're making it out like nobody will want the Spurs job, and I find that
hilarious. No. We said nobody of the caliber of Conte. And I'd argue even a young not young, but a project manager like Thomas Frank, I think you struggle with the two aspects.
Thomas Frank would take the Spurs job. Of course he would. What we say?
I very much doubt it.
Why do you doubt it? If Spurs say
it's giving you about 6 reasons.
If Spurs say we'll double or triple your wages, right? You think he's going to say no to that?
I think so.
Genuinely,
managers don't just think about money, Tobes. Some managers don't just think about money. Like, there's plenty of managers out there you could look at. As much as I wouldn't want it to happen, you could look at someone like Vincent Kompany. Vincent Kompany is doing a fantastic job of
the thing is, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can make your points, but like you're low-key being disrespectful here. If you genuinely believe that if Spurs
disrespectful to the fact that you have money, is that it basically?
No. Genuinely, you believe that.
You won't get.
I think he'd have a good think, Tobes. I think he'd have a very good think.
No, you wouldn't.
There's 2 shouts there. I like Hughie's shout of company, and I like this super chat. Thank you for the super chat. What's his name? Carrick, because Carrick's very highly thought of. A lot of people are speaking on Carrick.
Too soon. Let him come to the Premier League. Let him do a season like
Too soon for what? Too soon for what? Big club, but you're getting Spurs.
Nah, he needs to come to the Premier League. Let him have a year in the Premier League, man. Let him not get that.
Has no credentials.
Guys, leave him alone.
And you got no trophies, brother.
I didn't say we had trophies.
Guys,
no credentials.
Chris, let's be logical.
How am I being illogical?
Saeed, let him cook. Saeed, let him cook.
Now, how am I being illogical?
No,
I just want to know. Listen, I started off really nice and calm, but I don't believe the arrogance coming from Spurs fans. Like, they're still talking like they're a big club. We're a big club.
I said Carrick hasn't managed.
I told you the arrogance. No, let me land now. Then innit? Let me land now. You got me started, now, innit? No. Let me. You started me, innit? Let me tell you the arrogance. The arrogance of we're suggesting no top manager will come to your club. Of course, top manager. Why would a top manager go to your club? For what purpose? Ruin his life? Ruin his health? Ruin his career? Ruin his hairstyle? Ruin everything? Why would he go to Spurs? Tell me why. Now, you tell me why. You give me a rational reason why he would go to Spurs. How? In what way are you a big club?
I didn't say well. So first now.
So then why would he go to your club then? Why would all these managers not say no to you?
You're not going to do that. You're not going to make.
I'm going to keep quiet.
No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to make your point. Railroad.
No, I'm going to keep quiet. I said.
No. You're
lying. You don't want me to keep quiet?
Practically.
You just lied there and said a bunch of stuff that I didn't say. I didn't say Spurs are a big club, and I didn't say that Spurs can go out and get a top manager. Thomas Frank is not a top manager. He's not a top manager. So if you are saying that Thomas Frank is a top manager, then your rankings of managers are woefully scared.
Again, you didn't listen to me. I said top elite managers and project managers. Did I not, guys? Gang. Did I say that? Project managers, because you're lying. Because you just lied.
Now you're interrupting me. I didn't interrupt you.
Because you're just lying on my face.
No, I'm not lying on the point. You are lying.
I said project manager, elite manager.
You are lying on my point. You said when did I say that Spurs can go out and get a top coach? Yeah, there's a reason why Nagelsmann went to Bayern. There's a reason why Ten Hag signed a new contract. I know that Spurs can't go and get these managers, but the name mentioned was Michael Carrick, and then the name mentioned was Thomas Frank. I said to you, Michael Carrick, what experience does he have managing a top 5 club? You're talking rubbish. Then I said to Thomas Frank, what evidence do you have that Thomas Frank would turn down a job at Spurs? Are you skunked? Are you absolutely skunked? He's managing Brentford. He's managing Brentford. He'll have more money to spend at Spurs, more wages, better club, better facilities. In what world do you think that Thomas Frank would not consider a job at Spurs? That's nonsense. If Conte can take the job, why can't Thomas Frank? If Jose can take the job, why can't Thomas Frank? Please.
It's not that he won't. It's not that he
Is it an
won't,
open
though.
question or is it just directed at me?
It's an open question. It's an open question.
It's an open question. Okay.
I think
honestly, if you're gonna make a point, let it be succinct and let it be logical. I have not come here and said that Spurs are gonna get a manager of Conte's ilk when he leaves. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
That's not
I think
Spurs
I
not
said
getting a
okay.
manager.
Okay. Let me land. Let me very quickly, and then the others can have their opinion.
Spurs need to look for an up and comer.
All right.
And
that's why I
believe
said
that these up and coming managers would be tempted by the job at Spurs. 100%.
Okay. All I said was two things, a couple of things, about 5, 6 things maybe. But what I meant, the main point was top class coach won't touch it now. Yeah, a world class coach in the caliber of Conte, right? Or Mourinho, or you could say ex-world class, coaches, and a project manager, because the project there now at Spurs is so fucking huge and mashed up. I don't think a project manager will take a up and coming, especially with the financial constraints Levy already has in place. And on top of that, Tobes, he's already spent a heap of money. Do you really think your owner, and you know best, do you think General Levy, I call him now, General Levy is going to spend whole heap of money on a new project manager as well now? Do you honestly believe that in your heart of hearts he's going to go out there 300, 200 million, which you can definitely lead because your average age is old? Because Conte, why? We already spoke about Conte brings in old players just to fit his way to win now. Now he's got a whole heap of old players. The new manager's going to want to start again. Is your owner going to give him the funds? And this is going to be part of the conversation when he wants to speak to your chairman.
That's where my kind of worry is for Tottenham now. If they go and get a Thomas Frank who isn't going to be as authoritative, and if they go and get, I don't know, maybe a Brendan Rodgers, Tottenham need a rebuild. They need a project. They need somewhere where they can go long term. But ultimately, the problem is Daniel Levy. He doesn't have an idea what he wants. Is it a long-term project? Is it a short-term? Ultimately, that's where the Tottenham energy needs to go to. And you know, I don't know if you guys. I told you guys, if you want the protest and the ideas about the protest, let me know, because I feel like that's where it's going to. Because ultimately, Daniel Levy needs to have a plan, and then you need to back him. You don't have a youth project. You don't. You know what I mean, Harry Kane and Son are edging towards 30 now. You know, your backline needs reshaping. You know, it's a lot to do at Tottenham. So any manager who comes in is effed anyway. It's got everyone's
Saeed.
That's the BBL is mad.
The thing is, Spurs have always been the project club. Like, we've actually acted out of character, bringing in the likes of Jose, bringing in the likes of Conte. That's not our MO. And you're right, 100% right. Daniel Levy and Enoch are the biggest issue. That's who's preventing Spurs from actually. It's weird. Off the field, they bring in all this money, but on the field, they have spent money in recent years. They're spending more money now. I think we're like the 6th or 7th highest spenders since we've moved into that stadium. But they don't spend when it really matters to make the team like ultra competitive, right? And they are a stumbling block and the biggest anchor for Spurs. But the job itself, right? Rebuilding this team, as difficult as it may seem, there are still pieces that you can hang on to, right? The point that GRIZZ made, which is a fair point, which is which manager would want to come in and use some of these players that we have, or is Daniel Levy then going to invest into another project? But I genuinely believe that some of the signings that we've made in the last 18 months can fit most managers who come in. In the last 18 months, we signed Kulusevski, Bentancur, Destiny Udogie, Jed Spence, Christian Romero, Pape Matar. On top of that, we still have Oliver Skip. Even if we lose Son and Kane, we're resigned to losing them anyway. Son is going to be 31. Kane is going to be 30 years old. They've been at this club. Son has been at this club since 2015. Harry Kane has been at this club since he was 10 years old. We have to lose them anyway. So whether we like it or not, we're going to have to build what Spurs 2.0 looks like. So it's high time that the board actually buck their ideas up and bring in a manager who's actually got the stomach to build a new project and back that manager.
You can't put all of it on them when they brought in the manager that you all wanted.
Yeah, but I'm not putting it all on them. My stream yesterday was Conte has to go. I didn't really mention the board.
No, but just now when Saeed said a lot of it's on Levy and Enoch, you said agreed, but The fact of the matter is, you just said it. They brought in Conte. That's the manager you all wanted. They actually gave him money. They sacked Pochettino when they thought that Pochettino wasn't taking them forward from a Champions League final and then progressing.
Should have never sacked him. Should have never sacked him. They've made mistakes. You can shake your head all you want. They've made mistakes. Oh, they've made mistakes for so many years, and that's the biggest mistake they've made.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, I agree with you on Pochettino staying, but I understand why they did it, because they were showing ambition by doing that.
No, they weren't showing ambition because they hired a man who was never going to do a job as good as Pochettino. They hired a man.
I agree with Tobes.
They hired a man off name alone. And that's why I say they're the biggest stumbling block at Spurs, because ultimately, when it comes to footballing decisions, they don't have a Scooby. They don't have a.
I think let's end it. I agree. Let's end it on peace. Yeah, I agree with Toby. Yeah, shake on it, Tobes. Me and you, peace. Yeah, because I think what they done with the sacking of Pochettino was either do what Pochettino said and rebuild this team for me, which means spend money, or sack Pochettino and bring in another coach who might just, they might just get away with it. That's what they done. They went for the cheap option rather than spend money on the squad, and they got rid of the coach, which is bad news because he was the best coach.
By the way, I want to end it on. I don't want Harry Kane near my club. By the way,
you changed your tune. Oh, you're too much. You're too much.
No. I changed my tune. I always wanted Victor Osimhen. I don't want Harry Kane.
No, man, that's last week, man. Come on, the 6 months before that is Harry Kane.
What made you change your mind?
I don't know. It's too much for me, man.
It's too much.
Brother, I've got the sprays in my house. Everything's nice and rosy around there. So yeah, man. Listen, stay over there, man.
You're saying Weghorst is the future, yeah?
No. Victor Osimhen. Go watch him. I'm watching him tomorrow. Go watch Victor Osimhen.
He ain't coming to your club.
Cool. Listen, we've got a lot
as well.
We've got a lot of super chats in, so I'm going to get into the super chats now because the time has flown. 45 minutes in, there's 9.2k in the building. Make sure you hit the like button and let me go through the super chats. And if there's an answer to give, Tobes, you keep it quick, precise, and we keep it moving. Big Steve in the building as always. He said the biggest hot dogs, the brightest floodlights, now the longest karting track in Europe. Some club with the chicken emoji. Yeah. Just waffling adds Spurs did complete the deal with F1 for the stadium go-kart though. Max Verstappen will be like a new signing at right wing back. Well, yeah, I've asked him this question and he doesn't want to answer it. I think that says it all. Jerome says we just need Tobes to finally be honest and admit live on the show we never believed that they would win anything. We just tried to sound clever. It's fine to be honest, bro.
I don't know what you want to say with that. Crazy super chat, but whatever, man.
Crazy super chat. Cool. Keep it moving. Luciano says, why give Tottenham slander? They are just a B-Tech Everton version in London. Question to Tobes, is Tottenham a big club? He's already said nope, they're not a big club. So that answered your question. Rude Gentleman says, Weghorst singing to tap out of trophies. Hello, Bottler, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again. When Saeed bigs up Weg, you respect it. I've heard too much Weghorst on this show in the past few weeks. I've
transformed their club's fortunes the way they talk about him, bro.
No. Joshua says, since 2000, Spurs have as many trophies as Middlesbrough, Swansea, Birmingham, Blackburn, Wigan, Portsmouth, and Leicester. Double that of Spurs.
That's crazy, man.
That's since 2000. Yeah, it's mad. Tobes, ignore the trolls. Under Conte, Spurs will eventually thrive. It's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up.
What's this profile pic, man?
He's gone this summer. When is it going to happen? He's gone.
Dinesh says, evening, gentlemen. Everyone, Tottenham Stadium is cursed, not winning any trophies. Anthony Joshua went there as well titles, and he's never won them back. Damn shame. Is Arsenal bigger than Bayern and AC? Regarding recent AFTV. Well, we'll move. Let me keep the Tottenham ones, and then we'll move to the other ones after. Big up the big five plus the rooster imposter. Toby, what's your mate AnTobiooooooo saying though? Eternal losers. Mango support a badminton team instead. Blue Moon in the building. Told my fellow Nige, this chicken hot Spurs isn't good for your mental health. Imagine for your whole life being in the shadows of your rivals. It's peak.
I mean, he knows how it feels, so.
Oh, Good response still. Pav says rebrand Tottenham to North London Spuds because their club is as useful as a bag of spuds. Now 61k can watch Spurs fail. Before it was only 35k could have that privilege. Gareth says, is one of you man actually really skullfuggery? I'm beginning to believe it's a pseudonym for one of you. No, we can announce that skullfuggery is in fact someone different. And MB says, tickets. What about trophies, fam? In Depression's voice. Spurs are cursed, says Ryan, as a football club, but for me, long may it continue as a gooner. But Tobes, do you have any regrets supporting Spurs? WizKid, F1, and Beyonce to Levy sounds more important. I mean, what's going on? Any regrets, Tobes?
Yeah. Genuinely, yeah.
Should have followed your brother.
Nah. But I regret supporting him. If I knew it was going to be this much pain, why would I willingly put myself through this?
That's what he regrets supporting the club. Look what you've done, Tottenham. Look what you've done to your fans.
Normally I'd do my little questions, but I'm not going to even do.
I said usually I would instigate here, but I'm gonna settle down now.
That's broken me as well. I'm not gonna.
Man, when Saeed is decided,
okay, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
I'm gonna take a break.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yo,
as well.
I'm clocking out for 15, man.
Yeah. I'm done as well.
Yeah,
I'm done. I'm done.
You know. Guys, everyone just shut off, man.
Yeah, I'm done, man.
Arsenal, Chelsea. I'm sure we're not quite done, are we, Turkish?
Nah, man, how can we be done, man?
I think I'll stay. I think I'll stay a little longer.
So says, I don't get it when people say Kane and Son are world class. On what achievements? Define world class, please. Saka has a trophy. Both more trophies than both of them combined. Come on, runners. When the payment declines, says Matisse, remember you got missionaried by Spurs even when their backs got blown by Sheffield. When you get protected by Mudryk, I'm making him muddy rich.
I don't give a damn. I told you already, they don't have a past, they don't have a present, they have a future. I have a past, my present is shit, and I damn well know I'll be back in the future. I am good, brother. Do you know what I'm saying? I hold my L's on the day, maybe the day after, and I'm good. I moved on, man. On to Leeds, man.
Okay. You're good, yeah?
Yeah, bro. It is where it is. As long as we don't get relegated, man.
You know what, man?
We'll be back next season.
Hussein says Spurs are a real estate company with a semi-pro team as a side business. Free Harry Payne. Usman says that trophy in 08 was the League Cup, which we agreed is not a major trophy last week. Last time Spurs won the FA Cup was 1991. Saeed is right. Lily White's in. I might have to petition for a name change there. Let me unstart this comment. I can't be bothered about this Red Horse hater anymore. This guy is getting replaced by a Newcastle fan next season. Hashtag sacked in the summer.
Well, they got to finish above us this season, no?
Arkisman said,
do you think you're going to finish top 4 though, Toby? I know you said no last time, but
I'm not going to ask him any questions. Last question, you know.
I don't think so, no.
No, okay.
I'm not convinced. I've said this for weeks now. I'm not convinced, even after these wins. I'm not convinced.
Fulham or Brighton, man. Come on, man. Fulham and Brighton. Come on.
Fulham or Brighton. I was talking Liverpool and Newcastle.
Nah, man. It's Liverpool.
Actually, weirdly, I think the big managers with egos will want the Spurs job just to do what the others before them couldn't. Their egos will keep them coming. It's the ultimate job, bringing them a trophy. What about ultimate job? I get what you're saying, though. Sorry. Let's say Kulusevski from Spurs, his career is gonna get ruined. These mugs actually said they were on the rise. What a day to be an Arsenal fan. Tobes, please correct these lies. We don't have an old average age, and Conte hasn't brought in many old players. GRIZZ is being disingenuous.
Facts.
Let me see where else. Tobes, are you still winning a trophy this season? Bragging about not changing your expectations all season, so don't change them now.
It's done. I'm not changing anything. We failed. We failed on our expectations.
Certainly.
What do you want me to say?
Michael Carrick has beaten Arsenal as a caretaker manager and has put Middlesbrough in the top 3 from the bottom half of the table. He has potential. Not a bad shout. Everything Grizz says about Spurs applies to his own dead club. Massive project with aging players, stubborn manager, and a club that doesn't spend.
If I speak.
Really similar situations. Really. Very knowledgeable super chat.
If I speak.
Speak. You're here to speak.
No, we're gonna.
If you're comparing the two club situations, you're being disingenuous.
I'm not.
You're being delusional. If you really think your club is on a level with Liverpool in the future, in the past, and right now, you're mad. Sit back down. Don't even rise. Don't even get up.
And that's not what the super chat
Go
said.
back down.
That's not what I said, and that's not what the super chat said.
Let sleeping dogs lie. Let sleeping dogs lie.
Grizz doing what Grizz does best.
Let sleeping dogs lie.
That guy didn't talk about level.
We're sleeping. Let us sleep.
He talked about your current predicament.
Let us sleep.
Your current predicament, and then of course you twist.
Let the guy sleep, man.
It's fine, man.
He came back after 30 years. He's back now. Don't worry.
Won yesterday.
Yeah, no. Listen, you can't compare. What did you just say? Sleeping giants, Grizz.
But Turkish, he wasn't comparing. He wasn't comparing. Grizz made a statement about Spurs are in a poor situation with old dusty players.
100% they are.
And he said that why can't that be applied to Liverpool?
Okay.
That's what he said. He didn't compare the stature of the clubs.
He didn't. He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
What did he say then? Go back to the super chat.
I forgot to move on, man.
We've got to move on, yeah.
We're meant to just literally just talk about them a little bit and then move
crumbs.
on.
Toby's looking for crumbs, man. I ain't giving.
I'm not looking for crumbs.
You're looking for crumbs.
I'm not. It's you that bit.
I don't bite.
You just did.
You bit.
You took a big chomp.
You bit.
No, I just said sit back down.
You took a big chomp.
You bit, man. Hold the L, man.
No problem. You keep talking. Top right. You keep talking, and it's your time. It's your time to shine. Keep shining.
TOBS says, agree with Saeed. Kane has a bottlers mentality and I don't want him nowhere near. Let him stay at Tottenham where he belongs. What a striker, 60 million Richarlison. What a striker, 60 million flop of the season. Grizz, how do you feel about United fans saying they're going to win 4-0 at Anfield? Big up the man. Then we're going to get onto that shortly. This Weghorst hype needs to end. B-Tech Fernando Llorente. These United fans are deluded. Again, we're going to get onto all of that. With all the smoke TOBS gives Chelsea, he for sure would be a Chelsea fan and hyping Kai like he did Richarlison and then Ndombele, but with a full belly. I was obviously a Chelsea fan. Couple more here. You've awakened the sleeping donkey. And one more here as well. Christian Eriksen left Spurs, went to Inter, died at Euros, came back to life, went to Brentford, then Man United, and still won a trophy before Spurs. I saw that. I think it was a tweet or a meme on Twitter. One more just coming. TOBS always has smoke from Matisse. At least Matisse has seen his club lift a plethora of trophies. Everyone here has seen glory. TOBS, what have you got?
Yeah, man. That's
was he asking for an answer? I don't know.
A few Lloris saves from Aubameyang a few years ago.
Sorry, man, make your jokes. Listen, make your jokes, man. Have your moment in the sun. It's calm.
No worries, G. Thank you. Spurs launched a go-kart academy this week. Very apt, going round and round in circles, handing out trophies no one cares about. To dare is to do. Before we move on, that is the super chats I've got here. If I've missed any, apologies, but they was coming thick and fast. Big up Miles from Filthy Fellas as well. I see you, my guy. Love for the love as always. Hit the like button, people. Let's get it up to 3K before the show ends. I don't know what we're on now. We should be past 1. Let's get it to 3K. There's 9.6K in the building. And as you can see in the bottom right, there's a new sponsor for tonight's show, Score Draw. Big them up, people. There's 2 links in the description, a YouTube channel and a website, and they're also in the live chat as well. They've just launched. They're new to the football world. They've got major backing, and they'll be everywhere soon enough. So make sure you're there first and foremost. It's weekly live draws, competitions for hospitality, football tickets, and VIP experiences. The first game being drawn is Arsenal versus Chelsea on the 29th of April. 2 hospitality tickets at the Emirates. And starting next season, Score Draw will be offering experiences at every Premier League club. And I saw a Sheffield United fan in here earlier. I've seen other fans of other clubs. So, make sure you go follow them up. Like I said, there's 2 links there. Entries into the competitions start from 99p. You can enter as many times as you like. And you can also enter free via post. If you go on the website, you'll find out how to do that. And also a percentage of the profits go to charity, people. So there's always a good cause there on the back end. So show them some love. Big up Score Draw. Where are we? Yeah, big up Score Draw. And here's a little message.
Enter our weekly live draw for your chance to win free VIP hospitality tickets as Arsenal take on Chelsea. Online entry costs just 99p, with the live draw taking place on the 22nd of March. Could you be our next winner? Visit our website and purchase your entries. Maybe you'll score the winning draw.
There you go, people. Draw's going to be on 22nd of March. They're going to do live content on the YouTube channel as well. There's going to be some of your favorite sporting influencers there. I'm going to be there here and there. I know Matisse is going to be involved for that Chelsea game as well. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go check out the website as well. Sign up and enter to the draws that you want to enter. It's not only football hospitality tickets. There's also other events like, you know, festivals, concerts, theatre, all of that, people. So go check out the website. There's a link in the description, link in the live chat. And the winner will be revealed live on the YouTube channel and will also have a part to play in the show as well. So make sure you guys show them some love. Big up Score Draw. Yeah, and we keep it moving. Tottenham playing Wolves away on the weekend. We might as well just do the predictions for that, Tob, so we don't have to go through that pain again. Go ahead.
Draw. 1-1.
1-1. Matisse.
Come off mute, innit? Like your team.
You're funny. You're funny.
You don't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Don't go anywhere. Couple wins, and look what's happening. Okay, 1-1.
You're going 1-1 as well.
Yeah.
1-1. Yeah, it's got draw written all over, innit?
Oh, all you man's going draw.
You know what? I'm going to go 2-1 Tottenham. I'm going to go 2-1 Tottenham, do something different. You?
2-0 Tottenham.
Oh.
2-0. Saeed?
The Don when it comes to this game.
Wolves. 2-0 Wolves.
2-0 Wolves. And GRIZZ?
2-2.
Man said, is everyone going draw? And then you went draw. All right, cool. 2-2. Few draws in there, a couple Spurs wins, and then one Wolves win there from Saeed. And we're going to end it with this super chat here. Sava says, cut Tob some slack. One of the best Spurs YouTubers out there. It's hard work being Spurs. See you tomorrow, Tobes, and a great show on here as always. 24-hour live.
Big up, bro. Big up, Sava. No, I'm backing that. He's 100% one of the best Spurs YouTubers.
Front line, man.
I'm backing that front line, man. My brother's front line, man.
100%. Don't think.
Yeah, yeah. Don't get it twisted, man. This
No,
show.
we got you in it. Sheffield United
Yeah,
fans.
he knows. He knows. He knows.
I
Sheffield
don't
United.
want to support Saeed. I only want Grizzlies.
Yeah, man. Front line.
You think too much about
You think you can help?
You sneak this in your video.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
He gonna chill his ballers, man. He can help people.
Get out of here.
Things, yeah. While you're getting beat up by them Sheffield United guys.
Get out of here.
Well, what's this 24-hour live?
From Brentford Stadium. What's he talking about?
Oh, what's the 24-hour live?
Toby.
You're right there, bro. What's going on? Is he blessed?
Tobes, what's the 24-hour live we're asking?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Sava, he's doing a 24-hour live show for charity. The proceeds are going to the victims from the Turkey and Syria earthquakes. So it's happening tomorrow. So people actually check out Sava's YouTube, Sava Talks Football. Just hit the subscribe button and jump in. He's going to be starting from 12 p.m. midday tomorrow.
Big up, man.
Big up, man. Big up, Sava, man.
There's his channel there. People just click on his name and then you go through to his channel, or just search it on YouTube and it should come up. But are you going to be on the channel as well?
Yeah, at 3 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay, cool. All right, people, listen, show some love. That's a big thing that you're doing. 24-hour live stream fundraising for a good cause. So show Sava some love. Big up, my guy. Big up. Hope you're well outside of football, let me say. But yeah, let's keep it moving. I think it's about time now, 1 hour, 4 minutes in, that people subscribe to the man them, HUGH, Saeed, GRIZZ, TOBS, Matisse, and Thuggery, who made a return tonight. Make sure you subscribe to them. All channel links in the description below. Show them some love. Subscribe here as well, and the official channel content coming out again real soon. We're linking up at the end of March to record some. We've got one in our back pocket as well to release, and obviously Big Six Extra. Fuad is doing his thing there as host. It's getting a lot of love. So if you haven't tuned into Big Six Extra, make sure you subscribe to the official Big Six channel, and you can see what that's all about there, people. Once a week, every week. Let's keep it moving. Liverpool United. Anfield, it's a big one. Is it changing? Is the era coming to an end? You know, that famous quote from Ten Hag, Saeed's nodding. GRIZZ is the home team. So, GRIZZ, let's start with you as the home team, because, you know, it's a big one for you. 4 clean sheets in a row, heading into it. Somewhat good form when you look at Liverpool this season.
Yeah, man. Look, after Palace, I was very down in it, and understandably so, because I thought it was atrocious overall. But I said the only way this will feel like a relevant point or decent point is if we beat Wolves, and then obviously the big one against United this coming Sunday. But overall, if you take out, and of course, many people don't want to take out Madrid, but all right, we're out of the Champions League now, losing to Madrid 5-2. Our league form, that's 4 clean sheets in a row. That's 10 points out of 12. It's 1 defeat in 5 in the league now. It's small baby steps. I get it. But considering the nastiness of this season, beggars can't be choosers, man. So I'm going to use that and say we're building slowly, a bit of momentum. We're now 6 points behind Spurs. Is that TOBS? 6 points, is it? With a game in hand?
6 points, yeah.
Something like that. So within striking distance, let's just say. And if you rewind Selector about 5-6 weeks ago when I said there's no light at the end of the tunnel and I'm claustrophobic, things have moved on. There is now light at the end of the tunnel. It's not touching distance yet because we've got probably one of the most informed teams in Europe coming to our place that are probably smarting for the 4-0 smoking we gave them last season in one of the best performances we've given in one of the poorest Man United teams. But this time round, they've switched it up. And the momentum is all with them. But it's a massive game. It's a massive game. I've just been concentrating on us and just get over the line, whether it's boring, grinding out results, lucky, whatever you want to call it. Finally, our keeper didn't have a save to make. He made 1 save in the 5th minute, and that was it. And that's encouraging. If you want me to talk about individual performances, I've been the biggest critic of Fabinho. But last game, I saw the best Fabinho I've seen all season. Thank the Almighty God. Like, I saw bits of Fabinho. I thought, I recognize this guy. I recognize him. Virgil looked much better. And you already know what I think of Ibu Konate. He was back and it looked like it just looked so much more calmer and better with him. Add to that the returning Jota, who's had about 2 subs appearances, and this time he played a bit more, looking a little bit better. Salah now is up to, I think, 20 goals and 5 assists or something like that, end of February. I mean, now that's his 6th season where he scored 20 plus goals. 6th season in a row from right wing. And Darwin Núñez, I believe, someone always corrects me in the chat, I believe that's 12 goals and 5 assists or 4 assists now as well. So look, doom and gloom overall, yes, but some optimistic hopes, and that's the way it is at right now. But yeah, looking forward, Man United is going to be mad difficult, innit? They're not the Man United that we're used to thrashing 4-0, 5-0, 4-2. You know what I mean? They turned us over last week 2-1. This season 2-1, and comprehensively so. Not gonna lie, they bullied us at Old Trafford. It was the early part of the season, 2nd, 3rd game or something, and they bullied us. They were more physical, more powerful, more energetic. They've done a job on us. So just like their people are going to be smarting from the previous 3, I think we averaged like 4 or 5 goals against them. They're going to be smarting, but so is Liverpool and so is Klopp. So I'm looking forward to it now rather than, oh shit, a couple of weeks ago. So I'm looking forward to it. Bring it. They got a lot of arrogance and chest about them, and rightly so. Rightly so, because they're playing very, very, very well. They've got a great manager. They've got the best centre-back pairing in Europe. They've got the best left back. They've got the best one-on-one right back. They've got the best substitute impact players in Sancho and Anthony. They've got the best number 10 in Weghorst. They've got the best winger in Rashford. So they got a lot of bests, man. So they best come and beat the worst Liverpool side.
And we will, man. We will. Listen, Anfield hype. We are coming for the W. I'm coming to destroy the mighty so-called Anfield crowd. We want to silence them. And we will, you know, because it's been too much hassle at Anfield. And we are coming with that high line to annihilate Van Disney. We're going to send Fabinho back to Sudan. That's what we're doing. Yeah? Because Casemiro's coming into town. Rashford's coming into town. You lot ain't going to know what's coming, you know. And Klopp is going to be there like this. You know when he does that? That's what we're going to be doing to you lot. I can't wait for this, you know. And you can clip this all you want, but I keep telling you lot, like, you just don't seem to be understanding me. Like, Man United are built different this season, man. Man United, it's a different feeling, and every single rival on here just keeps, oh, clip this, do that. Like, nah, man.
Front line, brother. I know you're front line.
And you see it. I've got this belief about United that I could come on it and have the chest, because I want to come to Anfield and embarrass you lot. I really do. I hope we come in and show no mercy, because I've seen the frailties in this squad, and I'm not buying into this. Everton, yay, Newcastle, nah, man. Maybe Wolves will give you a little bit of, But other than that, Newcastle were in that game for large parts. Crystal Palace, I seen Henderson running around. Listen, when Casemiro comes in and you start to see...
Lucky you, boy. I ain't seen Henderson run around this season.
Well, listen, Milner might run around. But I'm ready for this, man. I'm ready to... You know what, our away form against the top six has been dodgy. But I think this will be the beginning and the starting to, like, say, we've arrived on when you need to... I feel like you need an away victory to kind of everyone to be, like, finally, like, okay, they're here now. And you know what? I'm so confident we're going to win this game. And and you know what? Nunez and Gakpo can do whatever he wants, mate. Gakpo can flap on the floor. Nunez won't be able to get one past Wan-Bissaka, because we're going to lock Wan-Bissaka in there, and he ain't going to be able to get past him. Mo Salah can do what he wants, but, you know, man like Luke Shaw's going to lock him in. You know what I'm saying? So I see every area of the pitch, we're dominant. You might say Alisson and this and that. We've got numero uno. Our back line is ready for any situation. The midfield, forget about it, GRIZZ. Forget about it. Don't even bother entertaining that midfield battle, GRIZZ, because we've got that locked in. And then up front, Veggie will tell, Van Dijk to come out and play. And then that high line gets exposed. Rashford in behind, pass Alisson. And in front of the United end, we're celebrating. And that's what we're doing, man. And again, I keep telling you, like, United fans, have the chest, man. This ain't no soft Man United anymore. We're built different. The mentality is there. The manager's here. And you lot are fading away into little top six battles. We're trying to win trophies and go and keep going. You lot, we're going to make sure you're old news. I'm going to make sure what the manager said at the start of the season, that you lot are basically, eras are coming to an end.
What do you mean by that? Before GRIZZ comes in, what do you mean by that? Because you just said that GRIZZ and Liverpool are focusing on top six debates. We're trying to win trophies. What do you mean by that?
Trophies as in we just won the Carabao Cup. We're trying to win the FA Cup. We're trying to win the Europa League. We're trying to go better. We're trying to go better.
But do you get my question, right? Because you spoke about Liverpool and their league aspirations. Then you said you're trying to win trophies. So you can see my line of thinking here, right?
Yeah, of course. I hear you. Listen, I'm not trying to say we're winning the Premier League, but we are now getting to the next stage. We're moving up now. We're leaving you lot behind. And Liverpool now, when they have no new owners, and when no Qatar wants you, and when you're in the mud with FSG, you lot will your ambitions will go down. Whereas when the Qataris come for us, our ambitions will go up. So this will be almost like the kind of the baton's going over now. And you lot will be known as Standard Chartered, and we'll now be known as, the new man in town. So I'm, like I said, man, it's intriguing. We might have a shit away record over there, and it might be, last win was Wayne Rooney and Quanfield in a few victories, but I think this is the time now where Man United, I'm going to be so disappointed if we come with a draw over there. And this is me, my energy now. I don't want to draw. I want to win. We must come out with a win. If we don't come out with a win, I'm coming on in. I'm saying it's a disappointment. Because when we were down, Liverpool took advantage. When they're down now, and they are still down, I'm not buying into these little victories. When they're down now, I want to make sure we capitalize and win. That's what I want. So that's my energy.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'll let the others come in and what they think about the game. I'm not gonna speculate on the futures of our clubs, but right now, the way Saeed set it up, and I mean it's nice. But I've been doing I was bored today, so I went on a few United channels, see their pre-match, like including Saeed. Saeed knows it was quite entertaining. Make sure you go and check it out. What's it called? The Mandem.
Yeah, Mandem talk. Yeah.
Mandem talk. Yeah, Mandem were talking. Mandem were talking. So I'm not gonna lie. Saeed's like sort of impression version of events is calm. People, that was very calm compared to what I've been seeing and hearing all over social media. So I can't have that chest right now. I'm sitting in 6th, just about. This is called the Big Six. I'm so happy that we're in 6th today, so I can be repping the show Big Six tonight, because we've been in 8th and 9th and 10th. So I haven't got that chest that these men have. But I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to be as easy as they think it is going to be. And I don't think it's going to be like, you know what I mean? I don't think it's the end of an era. Of course I don't, and all that bit. No, sorry. It's an end of the era of this team, of this squad. But as I've said, and some of you don't agree, we're going to be back next week, next season. Next week we'll probably be back after this game. You never know, but it is what it is.
That's a guarantee you're going to be back. Do you really want to?
How many
double
things
down
guaranteed in life? You already know that death taxes, and what?
What do you mean by back? Top 4
back challenging
title?
for the title. Back challenging for the title, man. Not this one.
Well, as soon as next season, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
next season. Yeah.
Bold. That's bold.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't have
bold.
to say that. But
Wow. But the point is, look, we're talking about this game, and I think it's going to be a fascinating game from a footballing point of view. Of course, Rashford against Trent is the key. Rashford's cooking every fullback. Never mind one that's suspect at the back, let's just say, who's not great defensively. And I agree he's not great defensively, but Trent has been playing. Casemiro, I agree. There's no gas, no banter. For me, he's probably the best midfielder in world football, not just DM. I think Casemiro right now is possibly the best midfielder in the world. So you got Casemiro, who's taken Fabinho's place in midfield for Brazil. So Fabinho has to stand up. He has to stand up. You know what I mean? He's been turfed out of the Brazilian team. Casemiro and Fred have taken his place. He's up against them. We already know Van Dijk is being talked down. Like, you know, people call him all kinds of names, Van Disney, whatever you called him, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And we know Nunes has been the butt of jokes. So these guys have, yeah, you're right. They've got to stand up. And Man United have got every right of chest. But I've seen a lot of fan channels and I've taken notes. I'm going to keep it basic. I'm going to keep it humble. And I'm going to say it's not going to be easy. It ain't easy at Anfield, unless you're Real Madrid.
The way I look at it is I fully understand Saeed and having all that. But,
I get it.
But you know what? Famous last words and all that, because I'm looking at myself back in November there a little bit, because before we previewed City versus Liverpool in that game, I was like, you know, Liverpool are not in great form and Haaland's going to slap them up. And listen, United are doing great, but if there's one ground in England where football can truly be a humbler, we all know the rivalry between Liverpool and United. We all know that Anfield, it's real. It's real when they want to. They make it real. So they will be out to humble you that little bit. I don't think it'll be maybe as straightforward as you seem to believe. It's not going to be one of those games where you turn up with your new good feel factor and stamp a mark. I think it's going to be tough.
Listen, when you believe in what I believe, and I believe in this manager and the belief we have right now, listen, we will battle. And I think for me, that edge now, like last year, we didn't have the Casemiros in that team. And you know what? Against the top 6, I think Man City away game, Casemiro didn't start. You know, I know.
He came on and still held 2, though. He came on and still held 2.
Well,
don't forget that part.
Was pretty much done. Let's not kid ourselves. The game
he couldn't tighten it up, though. He couldn't tighten it up, though.
Well, listen, that's for another debate. And then the Chelsea one, we battered Chelsea. I don't know how they came out with a draw. And so I feel like for me, this is the time now. We're ready. We're ready for this battle. And I'm just so confident that we will come to Anfield and collect the W. I am confident. So listen clearly.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Liverpool, they play into United's hands in this one a little bit. I don't know how else Klopp is going to approach this game, but being attacking, but pushing people forward, but playing a high line, but trying to appease the Anfield crowd. He's not going to set up deep and ask Man United to defeat a low block, which is probably what they would maybe struggle with the most, maybe. And then hit them on the break and use your pace with Núñez and with Salah. And we know Liverpool struggle to break teams down. I know you beat Wolves, but it's not enough in comparison to a Man United defense for me to be like, yeah, this Liverpool are going to be able to break through. I think outside of Núñez and Salah does chip in here and there, but you're coming up against a proper stern test this time. It's not what you've come up against recently. I just feel like with Rashford on the break and Trent on that side, I can only really see it going one way. And I don't think it's going to be a obliteration. I don't think you're going to get destroyed. But if I'm having to pick someone to edge it, I am looking at Man United because Ten Hag showed many times already that when it comes to these big games, he's not playing around this season. And Klopp tactically is still not 100% clued in. Every time we get a bit excited with Liverpool, there's always a slap in the face. So I have to side with United on this one. I'm not gonna lie. I can see a tight win. I can see a tight win, but I can see a win.
I get the siding with. I'm just surprised that it feels like January 2021 Saeed is back. You know, when he's just fully on board, he's riding the wave, but the confidence for me. Listen, we'll find out Sunday. But the confidence, I don't know how you can be so confident about going to Anfield and getting the win comfortably. Reason being, all right, we talk about the big games. If you look at the City game, obviously that offside that wasn't called, that was a big part to play in the City one. And the Arsenal win, we were the better team, but tactically Ten Hag done his thing and pulled it out in that first game between us. But even the big game, there's a couple of debatable ones. And aside from that, obviously, you've done very well, especially.
Which one's debatable? The Arsenal one, I'm guessing you're saying.
Arsenal and the City one, because the City one, that was offside. I'm going to be honest with you. That should have been offside, but, it wasn't given.
Listen, there's a lot of, you know what I mean? I get it, but at the same time, man, the resilience and the way we're coming back, the mentality we've shown, the fight, the togetherness, you see it yesterday, like, we never know when we're beaten. And yes, you can say it's West Ham, but that wasn't happening last season. And I just feel like that energy that we've created is going to still carry through. Look at how many games we're playing. It will still keep grinding. Barcelona, yes, you can say Pedro and Gavi not available, but we found a way. This team is finding a way to win. And people you might not like it in the chat, but that's what you do when you believe in your team. Maybe some of you are on the fence, or you're still a bit, be careful. But nah, ride with it, man. Ride with your team. Believe in your team. That's what I say to United fans. You know what I mean? And this is what I'm doing now. It's one of the biggest games in British football. I still believe it is. The rivalry is still there. We hate each other. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to all come together. And I think for me, Ten Hag has shown that he's a better tactician this season than Klopp. So, you know what I mean? I think Ten Hag tactically has been superb. So I'm believing in what he can do. Simple.
Yeah, Tobes, what do you think about the game at Anfield?
To be honest, I feel like Saeed is perfectly entitled to be confident, but I must admit, I feel like he is doing a little bit too much, right? Because as poor as Liverpool have been this season, they've only lost once at Anfield. They didn't lose to them, and now it's to Leeds. That was to Leeds, and credit to Leeds for getting the result. I know Liverpool have been out of sorts, but let's be real, Man United, when they've travelled away from home this season to the big sides, they put in a really good performance against Chelsea, but they didn't win. We know my thoughts on them against Arsenal. For me, they were second best for majority of the match. They lost. And then when they went away to Man City, they got hammered 6-3. Now, granted, it's a new Man United right now, and they are on a major run, and the momentum is high, so they could well go and get a result, but I would still be a little bit cautious. Yeah, be confident in your ability to go and win, but be also wary of the threat that Liverpool carry as well, because as poor as Liverpool have been, they're on like a little. It's annoying to say, but they're on like a little mini resurgence. As poor as the performances have been, I agree with Saeed. I wasn't convinced with the Newcastle win. I wasn't really impressed with the Everton win, but they won. They've kept what, like 3 or 4 clean sheets on the bounce. So at Anfield, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's one of those games. As poor as Liverpool have been, they could have something for Man United. They really could.
No, I get it. Anfield's a traditional ground, and listen, we've not got the best record there, but I just feel like now I believe we're gonna go there and win. That's just the way I feel, and I feel like this is the moment now with the way they're highlighting, the way I see them in the big 6 games. I see where Man United could hurt them, and that's just my belief in my team, and I have full belief that we can lock it up at the back. Yes, Salah's a threat, and he always scores against us, and yes, Nunes could get in behind, but listen, our defense, mate, you know what I mean? It's crazy. So we'll see. Do you want me to give my prediction now?
Let's do the super chats and then the predictions.
Okay. Cool.
Silas says, if anything, Liverpool is in a worse situation than Spurs. A dead aging team, dead confused manager, higher expectations, and probably finishing below Spurs. The rude gentleman says, family man, when United clap Liverpool's cheeks like a standing ovation, please allow Rants to join the show. Thank you in advance, Mr. Humbler.
Can we stop this? I don't allow Rants to join the show. Rants is my brother. He's just not part of the big 6. Don't allow Rants not to come on my show. Who am I to say no to Rants? Stop that agenda.
AKN says United about to smack Liverpool something serious. He's predicting a 3-0 and he adds Gakpo and Nunes about to cry tears on Sunday. I can't wait to beat Liverpool and Klopp, the biggest crybaby manager in the Prem. FSG in. Big up HKN as always. Just wanted to big up Bruno. Only not started 7-8 games since his arrival. Plays 90 week in, week out. Still counter-pressing in the 90th minute. Hashtag underrated. He's definitely, picked it up a lot towards the middle of the season. Memphis says the game will be a draw. Saeed, stop it, please. And KM says, nah, Saeed talk is giving me HUGH vibes when Liverpool faced City. Warn him, HUGH. And I think HUGH did warn him, if I'm not mistaken.
I did, man. I said Anfield, it's that one stadium that you can be humbled very, very quickly. It doesn't matter what form they're in.
And I will be humbled, but this is just the energy I'm giving, man. It's just one of them. Monday's Monday energy. I mean, now it's before the game, so let's have before the game energy.
That is one hell of a clip for Skullfuggery, man. Fuck.
Well, this is, you know what I mean. This is his game, isn't it?
Monday's energy. Silence says you might have the best, whatever, GRIZZ, but you seem to forget you have mentality monsters and the greatest team of all time, according to Liverpool fans. BJT says Skullfuggery clip every word Saeed says for the Anfield game. I'm sure he's watching. If he's not watching, I'm sure one of us will be sending the timestamps. Don't worry, all, says Sava. No matter how bad some of your teams might be right now, you'll all still win a trophy before Spurs do. Hashtag what's a trophy? LVC says worst Liverpool team to beaten better United teams. Dashing the title hopes of our rivals will feel great more than you can believe. Blaze says it seems Saeed doesn't realize that teams can fall off. Other teams like Chelsea and Liverpool have crumbled from the pressure. Next season will humble you. And Shawnak says form goes out the window in the derby, hoping that United will get the win though. Not going to be easy. I'd reduce the chest a little bit, Saeed. And he has the GGMU. JML, United fans comparing Garnacho to Ronaldo. Shake my head. Also, Odemwingie, best striker in the world. Odemwegi, best striker. This Venkos guy's got so many nicknames now, all of us. People are making me sick with it all. I can't lie to you. It is mad. All right, cool. That's the super chats on United. Well, Liverpool United. Liverpool are a home team. So GRIZZ, you can pass off with the predictions.
2-0.
2-0.
To who?
Liverpool.
Oh.
This one's tough. Rashford's gonna cook Trent, man. I'm gonna go for 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. Matisse.
It's tough, man. Tough. I'm gonna go with a 2-2.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm going 2-2 as well. Hugh?
2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. So no Man United wins predicted yet. But we're at
I'll do it for everyone. 3-1 United.
3-1.
That's what I'll do for everyone.
I love this guy. I love this guy. We fucking love this guy. We fucking love this guy.
we gonna do it, man. We're gonna do it. So be there Monday, 10 p.m.
I fucking love this guy.
Umar says, let's be honest, United winning the Carling Cup is a big deal because the rest of you relatively are small clubs. I don't understand the super chat, but thank you for it anyway, my guy. Thank you. Big League Cup as much as you want. You didn't even call it Carabao, but yeah, Milk Cup, Carling Cup, Carabao Cup. Like Saeed said, it's not a major trophy. But we move. That's all the predictions in.
I can just imagine Arteta just hugging the shit out of Saeed, man. This passion, man, is perfect.
Yo,
fucking
man,
love this guy.
We already know. People. How many we got in the chat, bro? 9.5 should be 15.5 according to my estimation on Monday. It's gonna be a Mazza either way.
Yeah, yo.
It's gonna be a Mazza either way.
You know what? Yeah, he could have played that safe, and he said, "Fuck it, fam. I'm going."
Listen, man. You know, life's very short.
Bro, that's why I rate him, bro. He's front line. My brother's front line. My brother's in it. Sword.
Tactically, there's no reason for you not to have confidence. I can't lie.
My brother as
well, man.
I respect that. He's lived by the sword, probably die by the sword.
Died, man.
Man's died many times, being resurrected.
You don't mind dying.
You know what I mean?
Life's different, man. I keep telling you, life's different. I've had to hear it. I've been hearing it all week from United fans. And at the end of the day, they've got, like Toby said, I hear it. They've got every right to be hyped up for this. I'm telling you, man's were saying, we're going to go there and do this. And we're going to, and I hear what they're saying. Like in their head, it makes sense.
We've just passed.
I need points. I need points, man.
We've just passed the 90-minute mark, so we've got about 30 to go, people. Max 9.5k here. Hit the like button. We've just passed 2k. Let's get it to 3 before the show ends. Still a few more predictions to make. Might as well move on to Arsenal next. Obviously, game in hand is now points on the board. 5 points clear of City again. The cushion has been built back. And when I look at the fixtures coming up, we have the potential to go 8 points clear of City going into the international break and into the tough April-May schedule. I say that because City going through the World Cup, the World Cup, the FA Cup means your game with West Ham is postponed to you, isn't it? The one before the international break. So you've got 2 games to go in the league before that international break. Newcastle home, Crystal Palace away. I expect you to win both of those. We've got Bournemouth at home, Fulham away, and then Crystal Palace at home. So I expect us to win all 3 of those. And if we can go into that international break 8 points clear, there's been a lot of it's ours to lose. We've got one hand on it now with 13 games to go. I'm waiting for 10 games to go before I really assess the situation again. Post February 16th, because we rebuilt that 5-point lead. But that win against Everton was a good one. 2nd clean sheet in a row. 3rd win off the back of that blip. And we can call it a blip now because after 3 wins, I think, you think about building another run again. So big up the lads, as always. 4-0 from where we was. I don't know who watched the game, but that first 40 minutes, Everton really frustrated us. They were probably the better team in the first 40 minutes. Created the better openings, not much to worry about. They got the ball into the box where Arsenal really had nothing until Saka pulls it out the bag. And it's not the first time he's done that this season. It won't be the last time. New contract on the verge of being signed. We had a super chat earlier that said, would you take Foden or Saka? And Fact said, for me, Foden every day. I don't know how the panel are feeling about that. Obviously, Hugh's going to favour his guy, but
I think Foden and Saka is a pretty pointless debate, and I'll tell you why. Because first of all, I think both of them are elite elite level talents. So you're splitting hairs. Foden has shown already he can score goals. Foden has shown he could create chances. Saka's done exactly the same. Depends what position you need, because they don't play the same position. I wouldn't personally want to play Foden on the right. I'd play him in the 10 long term, and I'd play Saka off the right. So it depends what you need. But it's all on recency bias on who's on form. Do you know what I mean? And I think for me, both of them are just top talents. No one's going to tell me that Foden's not top talent. We've all seen Foden do mad shit. So there's no point for me. It's a pointless debate. I think one thing I will say with Saka is that goal that he scored, because I watched the game, the fact that he was able to smash that near post like Sergio Aguero with his right foot, if he keeps doing that, that is scary, because you see a lot of these left-footed wingers, they don't really want to use their right. They don't really want to, they act like they play with one leg. They don't touch the ball with their right foot. They just use it as a standing leg. This guy has decided to smack it with his right foot right into the top corner. And it's like, bruv, chill, bruv. It's just football. Do you know what I mean? Bruv, I was watching it. I was like, what's going on? Why is this guy he's moving like a demon? I know he goes to church, but he's moving like the devil, fam. It's crazy.
You know all about demons,
bro. This guy, you can't just let me just talk, innit? You have to always do this, bro. Now you ruin my day. You know what I mean? Just because you got cooked, man. Not talking about 1v1 demon, man.
You know all about demons.
This guy.
The finish though, it's not the first time.
It was a mad finish. It was a mad finish.
It's not before though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a repetitive thing, but it makes him unpredictable, because most wingers, they're gonna cut in on their left. But if he keeps doing that, then you're gonna have to show him respect, and then it's long. So
I think people do forget though. Foden's been doing it for years, though, man. I know Saka's obviously doing it now, but let's not forget Foden's been doing it year after year. He'll have his little blip, and again, like I said, it all comes down to recency bias. If they're both on
Saka though. Saka's been doing it for years as well.
No, he has. That's what I'm saying. But I think people forget Foden's been doing it for years as well.
How many years has Foden been doing it? Like doing like 40 years?
I tell you, he's got 4 Premier League medals.
No, I know his age. We know that. We know that.
That doesn't mean he's.
I want more.
I'm not saying that's why he's clear not clear. I'm just saying that's how long he's been around. He qualifies for 4 Premier League medals.
I hear that.
He was absolutely integral to our last 2. He was pretty good in the one after Centurion.
So 2 seasons.
Well, he was a massive role in our last 2. He was big in the one after Centurion, and he only played 4 or 5 in the 100-point season. So that's why you got him.
For me, because of Saka's responsibility in that Arsenal team to have to step up every single week,
that's a good point.
That is for me, Foden. I'm going last 2, because when you're, and I've said it before, when you're rotated and you're looked after and you're rested, and it gives you a massive advantage on someone like Saka, he is one of Arsenal's leading men. Every single game they're looking to him. You have to step up. You must. Foden doesn't have that pressure. He has pressure. Don't get me wrong. He has pressure. But if he doesn't play well, he comes off at 60. On comes another world-class player. No problem. So for me, I'm only going off what Foden's done when he's consistently relied upon City and important.
It's I'm probably Foden's biggest Liverpool fan, if you know what I mean. Like, being a Liverpool fan, I'm probably one of the biggest Foden's fans. But you're bang on, Matisse. Saka must, otherwise Arsenal don't look half the team, like potency-wise. Like every game we've seen this season, Saka has risen. Every single time they've needed something, they've gone behind. Give the ball to Saka. And how old? This is insane.
21,
of pressure.
21,
now, I agree with Saeed. I didn't understand the years, but I agree Foden's been more consistent. But obviously, he's been in a great Man City team. So
I don't even think he's been more consistent.
I wouldn't even say that. I think Saka could have
recently.
Last year.
Like last few seasons, like Hughie's right. He has been pivotal. Foden came on semi times, changed the game for City as well.
Champions League as well. Champions League, not just Premier League.
But there's far more pressure. But there's far more pressure on Saka. It's a tough debate. And
even if you look at England, though, look at England. Euro 2021.
Saka is the guy. Saka and the way he's matured and taken on the responsibility and mantle. You know what I mean? It beggars
you reckon
belief.
If they switch roles, if they switch teams, they would have the same impact in each other's teams.
Listen, let me just make a quick point on
Foden. If Arsenal needed a 10 and say Odegaard, a level of Odegaard was out wide, Foden would cook the shit out of that Arsenal team. Like, let's be real, he would be mad as well. So that's why I say
How
for
many
me,
games
both
has he played?
players
How
are.
many games has he played, Tendo?
Well, that's down to Pep, isn't it? That's down to Pep. But I do think Foden is, for me, I think Foden in a 10. I'd be shocked if he didn't become what we expect him to. Just from watching him, I think you can see every attribute there. It doesn't make sense.
He's a top talent, but I still think there's work that he needs to do to prove that he can play the 10 role consistently. But there's definitely in the Premier League anyway. But there's definitely a player there. But I echo you guys' thoughts. I feel like with Phil Foden, it goes back to the Man City bubble, right? Man City, any Man City attacker, you can not play for a couple of weeks or be out of the team, and it's not really a biggie. You see it with De Bruyne, you see it with Mahrez, you see it with Grealish, you see it with Alvarez. It's not really a biggie. You can't really equate that to Saka, who, like GRIZZ and Matisse said, if he isn't banging, they've got literally no alternative on that right-hand side. They've got nobody.
Well, let me just make a point on Foden, because I think you're downplaying the actual importance Phil Foden does have for this team. First of all, he had a great first start to the first half of the season. I think he was our second top goal scorer up until the World Cup. He had an injury then, and he only came back from there recently. And the big thing about City, the criticism was, we're not creating chances, we're not getting the ball to Haaland, we don't look as fluid in the style of play we're looking to use now moving forward. And it's only in the last 3 or 4 games where Phil Foden has come back and scored 3 or 4 goals. We're playing much more energy, much more enthusiasm to get the ball forward to Haaland. We look like creating much more. So it's quite clear that the team actually does lack without Phil Foden, because he has that killer ball and he's able to score a goal that other players can't do. So there actually is going to be, and already is, a massive importance on Phil Foden to be in the style of play that Pep Guardiola wants to play.
I agree with you. No, I agree with you.
I think Bukayo Saka is absolutely class, and I'd love him at Manchester City, but I wouldn't take him over Phil Foden because I think he's absolutely.
No, you wouldn't. I wouldn't. Of course, he's Mancunian. But I think the point is that yes, 100%. I agree with you. Foden has started the season brilliantly, and when he comes back, he does help the team. I think the point is that if Foden was to drop off, you wouldn't just be looking at Foden like, yo, step up. You'd be looking at Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Haaland, Alvarez.
But
like,
he can't help as well, though.
He can't. But that's the context. If Saka drops off, no one's going to be like, yo, Reece Nelson.
What? Odegaard, Martinelli, Jesus, when he comes back, these players, there's all pressure on these guys to drag the team forward as well. It's not just Bukayo Saka FC. Like, let's call it spade a spade.
But in his position,
very good attacking players.
There's nobody at right wing that goes in over there. I mean, you could say Jesus, but Jesus has not played right wing for Arsenal once. But that's about it, really.
Let me go around quickly. Matisse, you mentioned that different positions depends what you need. But Saeed, if you could sign one of Foden and Saka right now, who would it be?
Foden.
You're mad. It's Matisse.
Because he hates Man City, fam. Do you know how mad that would be for Man City fans if he got Foden?
That's the question. And now you're judging me. What can I do?
Because you said you was on an emotional thing earlier, so I'm backing it. You're on an emotional thing.
No. It's not emotional.
Okay, can I ask a question? Okay, can I ask a question, Turkish? Can we say for our teams for what we need right now?
Well, that makes
exactly. It's hard, man.
It's a bit different because obviously then you might need a Foden more than a Saka. But I'm just talking about in terms of if you could have one of the players at your club, who would it be?
I could do both, but anyway, yeah. No, I would say Saka because, bro, again, I'll take both, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh, this is so hard.
Tough, man.
You don't need both. You got Mason Mount.
he's dancing, doing TikTok dancing.
Is Ndombele still on your books, or did you sell him, or is he loan?
No, he's not on our books at the moment.
Don't worry, we're taking Mount off Matisse.
I'm
going to get the abuse from next season.
Mad, I've rattled you.
I'll get the abuse from next season.
But Tobes, who is it? Tobes and GRIZZ left.
Go on, Tobes, you go.
I'm giving it to Saka. You know, I'll edge it to Saka, man. I feel like Phil Foden has done a mad thing, but in the last year and a half, I feel like Saka's proven that he can carry a team more so than Phil Foden. I feel like he's proven that to me at club level and international level. So that's why I would edge with Saka.
Can I bottle it?
Why?
You do need a Foden. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
Foden is.
Saka. Are you only saying that because Manchester City are more of a complete team? Is that essentially it?
No, I'm saying that
same
because
level of responsibility on Foden as there is on Bukayo Saka.
no. That's not why I'm saying it.
If you're actually judging the players, I think it's really tight.
I can't answer.
That's why I said I would edge it to Saka. But my rationale is I simply feel like Saka, irrespective of who's playing around him, has proven that he can carry a team. Because when he had better players around him at England, he still carried them in certain respects. And when he has players who are not as good, the squad's not as good, he still carries Arsenal in certain respects.
Okay,
well.
I've made a decision as well. I'm not gonna sit on the fence. I'm gonna go with Saka. Like
Salah replacement.
Yeah, Salah replacement long term. And because we're getting Jude, you know, we'll go allow
You just had to
Foden.
slip that in there, didn't you?
Otherwise, Foden is so good. Foden is so good.
Wait till the real star boy comes next season.
Who?
What, Weghorst, yeah?
Who? Victor
No,
Osimhen?
Is he a star boy next season? He was a number 10 this season. He's going to be a star boy next season.
Right?
No, it's not even that. If you know, you know. Like, wait till the boy comes.
Victor Osimhen.
You know what? I saw something recently, and I think HKN might have saw it as well. You said you either said or you agreed with a super chat that said what's his name? Amad
Diallo
is as good as Saka.
Yeah, makes sense.
Did I agree or did someone?
You fucking did agree, bro.
I'm telling you my opinion, yeah, and I'm saying wait till the real man and real
he
star
did score a
boy.
banger last week.
Well, who? Say it.
Tell us about Diallo. Tell us about Diallo. The same kid who got released last season.
Amad Diallo. You will know next season about Amad Diallo. Okay, that's all I'm letting you know in advance. All this Foden, Amad Diallo next season.
Oh,
yeah?
you're shameless.
No, because I'm kind of like, you know what?
I back you normally, but this is shameless. He's a player. He's a very good player.
You know what? Diallo is a talent.
Kalma. He is a talent. He is a talent. But Saka and Foden are two of the people talk about Gavi, Pedri, and all of these players all around. Musiala, they're magnificent. They are elite.
I mean, he's investing stocks. I'm not.
But Saka and Foden are in that conversation.
Oh, that's the Superchats are coming, man. I didn't even, it's mad. Yeah.
Bro, what he's doing is he's investing stocks. He's ahead of the curve.
People saying this year, we're saying Sancho's better than Saka 2 years ago as well. I 100% know it. 100% know it. Just move on to the.
Okay.
You know it as well, Saeed. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Where is my man now? And what's Saka doing now?
Yeah. It's one of them, isn't it?
Wow. It is one of them.
But Saka will go to City in a minute next season.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah. Well done. Congratulations on Saka and Foden in your team.
I don't need him.
You don't need him. Okay then. GRIZZ,
they don't need a left back. They don't need a left back.
We've been just fine without left backs, man. We've won 4 leagues without one.
You're going to need someone to replace Mahrez.
You're going to take him, man.
How long's on? Well, he's nearly done that contract now, isn't he?
Nah, he's signing a new contract. I'm just letting you know you're going to need someone to replace him.
No, I remember Steve saying he'd sign him and put him at left back just to piss the Arsenal fans.
Yeah. he'd be a good option. It'd be a good option to come off the bench for the last 15, 20. And a bit of energy.
Most of the panel here have said they'd for over Foden, and the rest is
man. It's all right. It's all right.
Cool. Arsenal Bournemouth weekend. City, you're playing at 12:30, isn't it? So you played before us this weekend. You have a chance to put a little bit of pressure on. I'm going to go 3-0 Arsenal. We should get the job done easy. Bournemouth conceded the most goals in the league. They've only won one game since the World Cup ended, and that's Wolves away 1-0. They've drawn 2 and lost all the others. Yeah, I'm going to stick with 3-0. I was thinking of going 4, but I'm going to say 3-0. Hugh.
Where's the Emirates, yeah?
Yeah.
5-0 Arsenal.
5-0 Saeed.
I'm going to go with 4-0 Arsenal.
4-0. GRIZZ.
3-0.
TOBS.
4.
MATISSE.
5-0 Arsenal.
Bruh. 2 5s, 2 4s, 2 3s. Cool. All different. Couple super chats on Arsenal. Bilal says, Arteta's building something special.
It's too much.
It's time for Arsenal to take our rightful place as the Real Madrid of England.
Big up Bilal.
Where are we? Couple more. People are
He's a
forgetting.
troll.
People are forgetting Martinelli also has 11 goals for us. Saka is great, but it's Arteta who unlocks them. Arsenal have 2 elite 21-year-old talents. I agree to an extent in terms of what Arteta's done, but Saka was doing bits from when he first entered the scene. And early days, you saw him at left back too, but that was under Unai Emery. So I wouldn't put it all on Mikel. HKN says Foden over Saka, need to bench Bruno. Ahmad is just as good as Saka, and he will prove it next season. I can't wait to see this.
See what I'm saying?
Ahmad's young.
We'll be there no matter what.
Trust me, we're here every week, twice a week. Ahmad's younger than all these men and has been playing men's football since 17. Wait until he lands, he's gonna cook. We're waiting, man. We're waiting. And Saeed saying Diallo is like Turkish saying Balogun. Shh, Saeed.
Balogun's doing well, to be fair.
Diallo's going to be the new 1v1 demon.
Who? Diallo.
Yeah.
But don't give us that names because your name's a curse, mate. your generational this, that. You keep your name.
He is the new generational 1v1 demon talent. I announce it hereby. Immediate effect. Diallo is a generational talent. 1v1 demon.
You are in the mud. Where are you right now?
No, bruv, I'm hopping on the bandwagon. What are you talking about? Let me finish. Let me talk. Bruv, I've just announced it, bro. It's done. 30.
Vincent says Saka's played 66 games in a row for us. Carried the team through COVID times. Go watch Arsenal live, and I promise you'll see why he is him.
Is that serious stat, Turkish?
Yeah, he's very
in a row.
Very reliable, and he gets.
He's a bad man. He's a bad man.
Last one here from Sila. I still think Sancho is better than Saka, not Foden. You're mad. He just
stop.
Bro.
Yeah, just thank you for the super. Yeah.
Come on, guys. Let's finish.
No, stop.
It's late, man. It's late.
Yo.
Silent BM sent $5 super chat. He
Respect
says,
the super chat.
No, I don't respect this one. I don't say thank you for this one.
No. Okay, I say it's custom, innit? Thank you for the super chat, my brother. Go sleep.
Can we not just finish the sentence? No.
Hey, you say it then if you want, because I'm not reading this.
All right, okay, cool. Tyler BM, he sends a $5 super chat, and what he says and what he clarifies to the people is like the whole thing. Sancho is better than Saka, not Foden. He just lacks the discipline and the hard work to make it in the Premier League as a physical, intense player. And that is from Silot BM. And he says again,
let's shut the F up now. Move on, man. Get out of here. Repeating that.
The Dan says Arsenal fans are talking like they're not saying Saka is better than Hazard on Twitter. They're not saying Saka is better than Hazard on Twitter today. Arsenal fans are more shameless breed. I got your back, Saeed. Listen, if we go talk about Twitter, we could fucking find some shameless comments on every single one of our clubs.
Yeah.
HK, why do I keep seeing Saka's been carrying Arsenal? Where did he carry you to? Because it was not Champions League football. Well, we're top of the league right now, and we're headed to Champions League football at the bare minimum, my guy.
We're on our way to Champions League. We've got Super League.
Ryan says it's a close debate, but Saka over Foden. It is a close one, but Saka over Foden 6 days a week and twice on a Sunday. Bukayo carried Arsenal on his back and has replicated his form for England. I rate Foden highly, but Saka's more consistent. That wraps up the Arsenal super chat. Arsenal predictions are wrapped up as well. Let's keep it moving to City Newcastle, which could be a difficult game, I guess.
Low-key big game, you know. Low-key big game.
Yeah, it's just like because it's at Etihad, I'm looking at like it should be a Manchester City win. What was it first time? 3-3?
Yeah, 3-3.
Yeah, go on, you talk to us.
But Newcastle are a bit of a different team now to what they were back then. They probably don't pose the same attacking threat. They're not scoring the goals the way they used to. But look, it's been a tough few weeks for City as a team and as a fan base as well. You know, big up Steve and the lads who travelled to 5 away games in a row. Like that's what we're off the back of. Feels like an eternity since we played that Villa game in the Etihad. But what I will say about it is, you know, we didn't lose any of them, and the football's a lot better. We're looking a lot better than we did at earlier stages in the season. But yeah, listen, this Saturday, tough game against Newcastle. They'll be looking to bounce back after their Carabao Cup woes and that kind of thing. But you know what? Like you said, we've got two league games before that international break. Newcastle and Palace. If we can win both of them, even if it is an 8-point gap for that international break, we're coming into those last 10 games. You know, Grizz, you'll be able to join me on this one. Those last 10 games are nasty. They're no fun, and the pressure's really on then, and that's when you can really start saying who's shaping up to look like they're going to win the Premier League. But listen, it has to continue. It has to continue. You know, good win against Bristol. Phil Foden carried us. He carried us to that win in Bristol the other night. Bournemouth as well, and even the Nottingham Forest one was the only one where we dropped points after we beat Arsenal, and that was disappointing. But it was a good performance as well. So I'm kind of happy with the way we're moving forward. But it has to continue this Saturday. I don't know what to expect from Newcastle. Could they be too wounded to pick themselves back up in the Etihad, or will they come back with a vengeance and really make a push for top 4? I don't know.
Yeah, and I look at the last 10 games. Well, now it's last 11 games for you after international break. Last 10 for us. We've got 5 home, 5 away. You've got 6 home, 5 away. But we've got by far the most difficult fixtures if you look in isolation. Liverpool at Anfield. We've got City at the Etihad. We've got Newcastle at St. James Park. Whereas I look at yours your toughest fixtures are probably like Brighton away, Fulham away, maybe those ones there, Brentford away, which you know could trip you up. But that's why I'm talking about 8-point lead going into that, you know, crucial period. Because if we have an 8-point lead, then I'd be very confident of getting over the line. But yeah, it comes down to how we like maneuver through the next few games, and if we can get another 3 wins out of 3, then I'll be very confident about it. But Newcastle, they've got a massive opportunity here to kind of get ahead of their process. I don't think anyone expected them to get Champions League football this season. And, you know, the way Tottenham have been moving, they must be looking at it like, you know, let's get back to the basics, because they haven't been themselves over the last few weeks, conceding goals. Obviously, they lost Pope in the final as well, which was massive for them. But he's back, right? Is he back? Yeah, he's back.
One more, isn't it?
But it wasn't. Oh yeah, it's one more game, innit?
Yeah, one more game. Like that's why I think for me it's City's game all day. It should be closer game than it should be, but I just feel like Nick Pope is a massive part of their game, and also I just feel like they petered off, man. Against us, they kind of huffed and puffed, you know what I mean, without having real quality. But this is a natural kind of down spiral. And you know what? Credit to kind of the manager. They've done well this season, but I just feel like it's a natural setback or natural kind of, you know. So I fully expect Man City to walk this me, man. I really do. I don't see any trouble. They don't really score goals, Newcastle, even though they've got Isak and Wilson. So yeah, Dubravka will play though. But yeah,
he don't look like he's living up to the hype that all of a sudden came about.
Yeah, you might nearly bought him, innit?
Well, our fans were fucking tracking him down on Twitter. This is what I mean about it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Number plates and shit.
I fully expect Man City to win this one comfortably. I really do, man.
I do. You kick us off with the predictions, because we've only got like 5 minutes left.
Like I said, the whole team's playing well, and we're attacking with more threat than we have been for a long time. So I'm gonna say 3-1 City.
3-1 City. Saeed.
3-0 City.
3-0 GRIZZ.
3-0.
3-0 TOBS.
2-0 Man City.
2-0 Matisse.
2-0 Man City.
2-0. I'm gonna go 2-1 Man City. I think it'll be a tight game. I've got some super chats, not on the subject, but I'll save them for the end because they're referencing the team we've already talked about. Chelsea Leeds, Matisse. I think you'd be happy to know there's not much to say about Chelsea tonight. So just talk to me about the game and go into the prediction.
Chelsea 1, Leeds 1. These men don't need me to talk about them. They must. And they must prove me wrong, because I'm not even going to predict a win.
Man said
Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong and go and get 3 points. 1-1 until I see otherwise. I ain't got nothing to say on this team. I ain't got nothing to say on this manager right now. The way that you've been playing recently, the results, Dortmund next week, go and get the win. I'm doing negative juju on this shit. I'm seeing if it works. 1-1. New manager bounce from Leeds.
I'm going 2-0 Chelsea, man. You have to win a game. You have to win a game. It's too much now. I don't know what it has to come eventually. But then we said that against Southampton, to be honest.
Leeds
yeah,
are better than Southampton.
I'm not playing these games. Leeds beat Southampton.
No. I'm still gonna go 2-0. Fuck it. Let's do something different. Hugh.
Yeah, the joke is up. They have to win a game at this point. 1-0 Chelsea.
1-0. Saeed. You was gonna say something, Saeed, as well, isn't it?
No, I'm just like it's crazy how it's gone at with Chelsea, man. Matisse straight away, like just crazy. But I think the rut will stop 1-0 Chelsea.
1-0. GRIZZ?
2-1 Chelsea.
Everyone but the Chelsea fan going for Chelsea wins. TOBS?
2-1 Chelsea.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's about time now. 5 Chelsea wins, 1 Chelsea draw predicted.
You made the Matisse smile a little bit there, you know what I mean? I think the hope was Lily, you know. But,
What?
Yeah.
Where did you see
I
this?
just think that, you know what I mean? I think he was like, oh yeah, okay, it might be a win then.
No, absolutely not. No.
If they don't beat Leeds, I don't think he survives.
I've been speaking on this for 2 weeks. He should have
might get
survived
relegated.
after Southampton. So
I don't think he survives.
They
That's
must
madness.
get relegated. They must
you,
get
you
relegated.
lose to Southampton that just lost to Grimsby. Once you survive that, it doesn't matter anymore. I don't care. Just don't get relegated.
John Terry, man, to the end of the season, man. I told you, he's like,
I'd rather no. Do you know what? Let me not even. It's too late.
Give it Terry.
you'd rather not say what you're about to say.
Captain Lee, the legend now.
No, let's just move on, please. Let's not even, don't even ask me these questions.
Give it Terry, innit? You gave it to Captain Lee,
No, Saeed's gonna.
He was about to say that. Did you not hear him?
Saeed's moving mad. Saeed is actually mad. Saeed
Brother,
is
I
mad.
nearly got him then, you know.
Nah, you're mad.
Oh my god, man.
Let me just run through the last 5-6 super chats that I had left behind from earlier. Umar, building on what he said about the Carling Cup earlier, he said, meaning worldwide, United is number 1. No one cares if Man City, for example, win 10 of those. Oh, no one cares that United have won the League Cup, if I'm honest with you. No offense, Saeed, but it's not that. Abdullah says, my brother Saeed running his mouth, they might get slapped. Do us a favor, Newcastle and Liverpool. Tabi says, imagine Joel Gomez watching the stream and saying, wow, the specky little nerd is now acting like he knows ball.
Huh?
We can have an
Bro, listen. Me and Joe are cool, man. I've defended him on this show, bare fam. Me and Joe are cool, man. Yeah, man. It's cool. He's a cool guy. He ain't like you lot. You lot evil, man. Evil
New
guys.
brand name for Tottenham, Fish and Chips FC. The slogan can be, we get battered everywhere.
I ain't heard that. Sorry if it's old.
Hey, Dr. Sancho is arguably one of the biggest flops in Premier League history. Don't ever compare.
Yeah, that's so bad, man.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Delusional.
Come on, man.
Barcelona beat Real Madrid and didn't even concede a shot on target. But when they played United, we had 16 on target over the 2 legs. Why doesn't Barcelona's defense not travel out of Spain? It was just a very good all-round 2 legs from Man United. Sashib says, big up the Big Six panel. Graham Potter is the best manager in the league. Here. Abdullah, last one here that I've got. Saka scored similar type of goal earlier this season against Leeds with his right foot. Saka can start over any right winger in any team in this league at this moment. Not even Salah. But you heard GRIZZ. GRIZZ said, he wouldn't mind Saka. I'm sure everyone would take Saka if I'm honest. But yeah, we move. Listen, people, still 8.5k in the building. We're going to call it a night now. We are back Monday. Fulham play Brentford on Monday at 8 o'clock. So we're going to do the show at 10 o'clock. Even though it's the Big Six and Fulham Brentford are not part of the Big Six, that should be an entertaining game. So I want to keep one eye on it. So 10 p.m. Monday, we'll be back, people. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. And thank you for the 80k. On the road to 100k now. Make sure you subscribe to HUGH, Saeed, GRIZZ, TOBS, Matisse, and THUGGEry. I want to see their subscribers go up after this show.
Any movement on the table?
Oh, just reminded me.
I'm just saying.
There is some movement. All right, so this is how the table looked last show. Before the midweek fixtures. That's before the midweek fixtures. Here it is after the midweek fixtures. GRIZZ got
I'm second now. Let's go.
Come on, Hugh, man. Let's do it.
That's what I give up. For the audio listeners, Saeed still top 99 points. Hughes in second now, 89 points. Matisse in third, 88 points. GRIZZ on 88 points, but with less correct scores. And I'm on 88 points and even more less correct scores than GRIZZ. And TOBS is bottom on 82 points.
Bro,
Second place is up for grabs.
I'm in horrendous form.
Don Saeed's clear. He's got like Napoli. He's the Napoli of our league. Man's
Mad,
clear.
innit? He's actually
He's
just
treating us
run
like
a-
Serie A. Yeah, man. He's treating us like jokes, man.
13 games to go. He's got a solid lead, man. Solid
Yeah,
lead.
man. It's one of them, innit? Chill out, innit?
Sleepy, yeah?
Yeah, man. Look like
Wait, it's gonna be.
It's gonna be mad. Cool. It is what it is, man. Big up Saeed. Big up everyone as well. Big up everyone tuning in. Hit the like button on the way out. Love for all the super chats. Love for all the love as usual. And as you can see, Score Draw, big them up as well. There's a link to a YouTube channel in the description and the live chat. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. There is content going to be coming out with some of your favorite influencers, including some of us on the panel here, if not all of us on the panel here. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you want to enter the raffle draw for the Arsenal Chelsea tickets, then head over to the website and do that. And like I said earlier, they're going to be focusing on every Premier League team from next season. So even if you are not an Arsenal or a Chelsea supporter, you can go over there and show them some love. I'll end with a message from them. You man, we'll talk again Monday. Let's hope it's a good weekend. Peace.
Enter our weekly live draw for your chance to win free VIP hospitality tickets as Arsenal take on Chelsea. Online entry costs just 99p, with the live draw taking place on the 22nd of March. Could you be our next winner? Visit our website and purchase your entries. Maybe you'll score the winning draw.